Hello, fellow homebrewers. JP here, and I want to introduce to you the brand new Brewbuilt X1 Conical Series available at More Beer. More Beer sells the highest standard in homebrewing equipment, and the Brewbuilt Conicals are just that. They're made from mirror-polished 304 stainless steel, and they come with loads of features that you and I have been looking for. They have a full 2-inch bottom dump valve, which will eliminate your clogging issues, while the sturdy base includes 4 reinforced legs, just like those big pro tanks do. More Beer also carries the Brewbuilt line of options and add-ons like casters, pressure kits, and even external glycol chillers. So you can find out more about the new Brewbuilt X1 Conical Unitanks by going over to morebeer.com for detailed videos on the entire line of Brewbuilt Conicals. You can trust Brewbuilt with your next fermentation, and you can trust More Beer to find the right conical for you. Brewbuilt at morebeer.com.
Today's Sunday session is brought to you thanks to the fine folks at More Beer. Visit them right now at morebeer.com.
I poured it in my mouth and it just wasn't going down.
My first beer was an IPA, the best IPA I've ever drank, mostly because I brewed it.
If you have a scale that is good for measuring cocaine, you're probably good for measuring hops on cocaine.
You're scaring me.
I think the information is awesome and the audio sucks.
Make some sugary water, throw some yeast in there.
And you're going to drink good beer.
Yeah, it's going to be good. It's fine.
God damn it, man. Oh, my God. Oh, uh-oh.
Now, live from the Brewing Network studios in Northern California, this is the radio program for home brewers, craft brewers, beer lovers, and beer geeks. It's your only source for live beer radio that brings expert brewers together with, well, expert drinkers. This is the radio program with a head on it. This is The Session.
The stapler guy is at the Hop Grenade, I swear.
Excuse me.
That guy, the Office Space stapler guy, is at the...
Oh, yeah, that's him.
Is sitting in the... That's him, right?
No.
Somebody go bring him a stapler and see what happens.
Let's do it.
Anyone got a Red Wing?
It's amazing.
Or swing line?
We get a lot of famous people in here. I come in here
a lot.
I don't have a red one, but I have a stapler.
Right.
We had the guy from... what's that show?
Dr. Humber?
Workaholics.
Workaholics.
Yeah,
that guy came in and partied here one night. We did coke in the back.
Nice.
Nah, I'm just kidding. We did it in the front. That's what you do with famous people.
That's true.
On each other's front?
You don't do it in the back. No, there was no coke involved. Coca-Cola, maybe.
Maybe.
Just to try to contain ourselves. Yeah, lots of famous people in here. Like those two.
Yeah.
And me.
Yeah, we have a celebrity guest host tonight.
That's right. I'm back for one night only. I'm like Barbara Streisand at the
Vegas
at the MGM
at
Grand.
the Mirage.
Yeah, for one night only. Justin's back. I'm going to speak to myself in the third person all night. Maybe not just one night, although we're off next week, and I might not do the show after that.
Okay.
Ever?
Well, it's your favorite brewery coming in.
That's true, Eagle Rock.
You don't even need me.
Those cats are coming in the studio, too, as a matter of fact.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so they'll be here for Winterfest. They'll be pouring their beers at Winterfest. Or Springfest, or whatever the fuck it's called.
Springfest now, yes.
And then, we'll be probably tooling around the Bay Area drinking on Sunday.
Okay.
And then, we'll be here in the studio Monday.
So you're hanging out with them for the weekend. You're like their date.
Yeah. They don't know that yet, but
they're like, we don't really need that level of attention.
And I'm like, no, it's fine.
Yeah.
Trust me, it'll be good. It won't put me out at all. And they're like, So we're negotiating.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't yell too much into your microphone.
I'm not. Yeah, right. My microphone's all weird.
You were the one yelling.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Yeah, but I can't. I'm allowed to yell at mine because my equipment stops it from overdriving. His equipment broke.
Yeah,
and the replacement is sitting over here on the ground.
Oh, that's good.
It was all the yelling that I did over there.
It could have been because I tuned into last. Let's be honest. The only reason I'm coming back is because I listened to last week's show. And I was like, oh, good Lord, I got to get back in there.
You do have to get back in here. There's a lot of things.
You were
wrong.
Deafened by last week's show.
It was a little deafened. There was some loudness, and I had to record only our second disclaimer in the history of the Brewing Network to post the archive today.
Oh, no.
Well, you missed like the first half of the first half of the first segment.
Yeah, well, because we were off for 3 weeks. If I don't get practice, I forget.
Yeah.
I forgot. My bad.
Well, and I was like, how do I just didn't post for a couple days because I was trying to figure out how to fix it. And there was no fix. I never came up with one. So I just came in today and I just did a VO. I was like, due to technical difficulties or sheer drunkenness, we're not sure which, the first half of this program is missing.
Oh, that's too bad.
That was the best half.
Therefore, here is an abruptly starting second half.
You couldn't pull it off of live stream?
Well, it's only half of the first segment, actually.
Yeah.
No, because live stream is all jacked too. Because you didn't even switch over to live on the live computer. You hadn't even turned on the microphone, basically.
Right,
so
but it'll still go to live stream.
Not without you clicking live.
I had live stream issues with it. It kept freezing. So I didn't start it until the middle of feedback.
Yeah, because that's how I do Ears Up. I don't go live over here, but it feeds to live stream.
Okay.
So.
Well, I checked live stream, and the first part sounded like the first part of this one.
Okay.
So that's why I thought it was just because of that.
No, it was a whole separate ball of issues.
The perfect story. Anyway, that show got posted today, and it missed the first 10 minutes of your guys' bullshit, and then everything else is fine.
Cool.
Yeah.
Although I am really
too bad.
sad. I think Tasty's eulogy wasn't included.
Oh, right.
That.
I did a eulogy for Tasty.
You did.
Because I didn't know he wasn't.
Him.
I didn't know he wasn't going to be here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't get the info.
Yeah.
He texted me.
That was the secret.
He texted me, like, assuming I still give a shit about this place. He was like, "Oh, I'm gone for the next 14 days," and I just said, "Okay." I thought he was I thought he had already talked to you guys and was just giving me a courtesy call.
No,
I didn't realize that I was the main call-in sick.
Yeah,
that was it.
Not only did Warren roll in here at 5:58, and so I'm sitting here by myself. Beverly's in there. Doc flaked on me.
Sorry,
so I'm sitting here. Then Warren rolls in. I'm like, that's fine. Tasty will be. Oh shit! And then we just assumed that he died. Maybe he was in the parking structure.
Yeah.
And just had a tube in his mouth or something, and he was just smoking a vehicular bong or something, and just croaked. I don't know.
Oh boy! No, he's in New Zealand. And he's supposed to be back soon-ish, I think. Maybe he'll be on the next show with us.
Seems like he's been there for like a month.
Yeah, he did. He was going for 2 weeks, he said. So
well, that's cool. That'll be a good story.
Yeah, so maybe it's okay that the eulogy got lost because it's not time yet, Beardy. Now, if his plane goes down somewhere in the Pacific on its way back, you can do a rendition.
Well, but the original's lost forever, unfortunately.
Yeah, but I'm sure it wasn't that good.
No. But it's still going to be better than the second one.
I see. Because now you don't care as much.
Right.
Well, it was me doing it, so it's going to suck.
I thought Beardy said it. Beardy wrote it, and you did it?
Well,
I just did it on my own.
I tried to sound sad, but it sounded a lot like this.
I see. All right. Well, Tasty's alive and well. I'm back in the studio for the time being. JP and Beardy actually have been doing a wonderful job here. Thank you so much for giving me a little time off. It was much needed. I'm exactly the same as I was before.
So is the website.
So is the website. Yeah, totally. Weird. The website's so bad, I'm getting locked out of the website. I cannot even get in. I updated it this morning.
Yeah.
And then I had some other updates to do, like putting the 7 stills show up, and I keep getting locked out of my own site. So Code is trying to help a brother out, and we'll see what happens. And then he's going to help me out. All right. Thanks to our show sponsor, More Beer. They've been our sponsor for years, and I thank them for that. I was at the More Beer Concord showroom this weekend. They have a brand new showroom, Doc. I meant to text you to see if you wanted to come out just to hang. But Bevo and I set up a booth there just to help them with their grand reopening of the Concord showroom. And have you been by yet?
No. A lot of the More Beer family members were in this last week to see me in the office, so they were telling me about it.
They're all letting you know.
Yeah.
It's about 4 times as big. Listen, this is how you know More Beer's made it. They have shopping carts now.
No, Jesus.
Wow.
You go in, you get a shopping cart.
Like the Costco ones that are like the 6-wheeled crate?
No, they're
holders?
more like they're the Euro-style shopping carts. So they're a little
Whole Foods shopping cart.
2-basket.
Okay.
But I thought that was really cool.
Dude.
Because you kind of need them. Even with the small store, you needed them.
Yeah. Oh, you totally. I remember when we first got the baskets.
Yeah.
The 6 little baskets, and I'm like, oh my God, nobody's ever going to use these. You don't need it. You don't think that you need it enough,
right?
Until you go there and you're like, oh shit, I need this, and a shopping cart actually helps you buy more.
Yeah,
it was a big thing. It was awesome.
Yeah, so now shopping carts, it's a big place. Darren over there, one of the owners that we never hear on the program, but he's been working hard on that place, and it looks great. So if you're local, go check out the More Beer Concord showroom. It's all new. It's big and beautiful and very retail-like. Like it's friendly, as opposed to like kind of feeling like you're shopping through a warehouse, like a lot of homebrew shops
or somebody's garage
can feel, or somebody.
Yeah,
it's more set up for like the shopping experience you're used to.
That seems like the progression of homebrew shops, where it's like, oh, we're in someone's garage or it's someone's like shed, or it's clearly a hobby. Nobody knows to study retail to put this open,
right?
And then people grow, and then suddenly it's a warehouse.
Yeah.
And then there's that step beyond, which it sounds like the More Beer showroom is.
Yeah,
which is cool.
So go check it out. Otherwise, you can keep doing all your online shopping at morebeer.com. They have 2 distribution warehouses, one in Pittsburgh, California, and one out on the East Coast. I forget where. Maybe Pittsburgh out there, too, actually. I forget exactly.
It's in Pennsylvania, I think, somewhere.
Yeah, it is in Pennsylvania.
No, I think it was Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Do they have dueling Pittsburgh locations? I don't think it's Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. It is in Pennsylvania, though. I'll find out. Anyhow, all that means to you, it doesn't matter because they're distribution warehouses. It means that wherever you are in the country, you can get your stuff fast from our good friends over at More Beer. Check them out at morebeer.com. On today's show, we are interviewing the folks behind a new documentary that's coming out called Brewers By The Bay. And it's about the history of San Francisco beer. And it goes really far back to, the gold rush even, and then all the way up until today. And so we're going to talk to the filmmaker who will be in the studio with us, Jared Stutts, and then an old friend of mine who's the brewer at Thirsty Bear Brewing Company in San Francisco, Brenden Dobel. He'll be in here. He's the host of the movie.
Right.
They didn't ask me to do it.
Weird.
Yeah. Well, they wanted actually to make money on it.
Probably a good idea. So they got Brenden to do it. So they're going to come in and talk to us about the new movie, Brewers by the Bay. They'll tell us how you can see it, and it's a cool thing. So they'll be hanging out with us. Let me give you a few updates. The Spring Brews Festival, the artist formerly known as the Winter Brews Fest, is on April 2nd. It's coming up fast, less than 2 weeks away, and tickets are on sale now. You can go to bnbrewfest.com and get your tickets. They're only $40 for all you can drink. We're up to a little over 50 breweries as of today, right, Beaver? I think we're at 51, I counted. And we got a few more we're just waiting to get final confirmation from. So we might have somewhere around 55 different breweries. We got the whole park to take over. It's going to be another great year. I'm waiting to see the weather report, but rain or shine, we will be here, ready to go. And great breweries. Russian River's coming back this year. They haven't been with us in a couple years because of capacity issues, so I'm excited about that. The Rare Barrel will be here.
Great.
The Eagle Rock.
Yeah, Eagle Rock. That's exciting.
Yep.
Actually, I've been wanting them for years, too, and somehow that's just slipped through the cracks.
Yeah.
Faction Brewing Company, our friend Roger. 21st Amendment, Drake's. Beechwood, that's right. He's sending beer with the Society guys. The Society will be here as well. And then, Beechwood's another one I've invited for a year or two now, and he's finally got enough beer to send up here.
Mraz coming back?
Mraz will be back.
Cool.
Yeah, he's confirmed and on the list. So go over to bnbrewfest.com right now and check it out. You can get your tickets. $40. We might sell out this year, so I'd get them in advance if I were you. You could also get tickets for the Hop Grenades VIP hour, and that's over on Eventbrite. You can get tickets there. You can come in, and that is actually, it's a little more than an hour. It's about an hour and a half of stellar beer here before you go into the fest. So while everybody else sort of ramps up and about 2 hours in, they're feeling really good, you can walk in at noon feeling fantastic.
Feeling great.
If you come to the Hop Grenade VIP hour first.
This is the way to pregame.
It's a way to pregame. Yeah. Plus, you don't have to wait in line. We check you in for the festival here, give you your glass, give you your wristband. You walk in the back door.
You
have your own entrance. So we really try to give you the best treatment we can. For a little more money. I think it's $30 for the VIP hour plus a $40 ticket to the festival itself. And then my crew here at the Hop Grenade puts on a stellar beer list, 21 taps of beer that all gets pulled after the VIP event. So it's only for you if you buy VIP tickets, and then they pull that all off and
put on the common shit for everybody else.
Right. Yeah. Well, you know what we're doing this year, I think, and we learned this from last year, although we should have known. We're basically doing all session beers on tap for after the festival.
Good choice.
Because, this place fills up, and EJ Fair fills up next door afterward. Every place around fills up, and everyone's hammered. I mean, you've been drinking for 4 hours. And so it all went well. Actually, the only people that got thrown out of the Hop Grenade last year belonged to me. The others, there were some people we couldn't let in. I actually stood outside talking to a woman and her boyfriend who were so devastated that we wouldn't let them in, that the woman was crying. The guy was first he was sad, then he was angry. And I was like, guys.
And they haven't been drinking at all.
I know. Like,
Going through the stages of grief.
I was like, I just want to point out that this is why you're not allowed in. Right. I appreciate that you love our place so much, but come back tomorrow. I'm going to let you in. It's going to be fine.
Yeah. I can't actually stop you tomorrow.
Right. We come here all the time.
Oh, good. Then you're not missing anything.
Right. Yeah, like, wow. So, anyhow, I think we're doing Session Fest after the festival here.
Good.
Lower alcohol beers.
Sounds good to me, man.
Be a good time to come hang out. All right, go over to bnbrewfest.com right now and check it out. That's how you get your tickets. Ways that you can support the crew around here. Moscow's got his Hop Life gear. I think you go to hoplifegear.com and check it out. And he's got T-shirts and prints of all his original Hop Life artwork. It's good stuff. We have it hanging here in the Hop Grenade, too. You can also do your Amazon shopping. Just hit the Amazon link on our homepage. That's a great way to support. And here is the absolute best way you could support is to subscribe and join the BN Army. You become a member of the BN Army. There's links right there that say donate on the homepage. Recurring members, enter yourselves to win a $100 gift certificate to More Beer. We do a drawing every month. Plus, it really, really helps the Brewing Network's bottom line. It's something that we can count on, and we love you for it. And, it kind of makes all this free programming not quite so free, and we like that, too. So hit the donate button right there on the homepage. Get all these updates and more over on Twitter and Facebook. Also, you get, by the way, if you become a recurring donor, you get all these updates in our monthly newsletter. And because Kim Shimke is in charge of that, it actually happens every month. It goes out every single month. We do a Brewcaster profile in each issue, sometimes like extended family. Like this month, I think we interviewed the guy who did the artwork for Spring Brews Fest.
Okay.
And he does some other festival work. He does labels for Cellar Maker Brewing Company, and it's kind of a local industry artist. You get a little insight into things like this. Cool. Plus, we tell you what's on sale in the Hop Grenade the what's our company called? The Brewing Network store. Thank you.
I don't even know.
I'm thinking myself. I'm trying to encourage myself.
No, you're doing great.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're doing wonderful.
But do better.
Good. Doc just fell asleep, so I hope I'm doing
well.
Keep going.
Tasty's not here, so someone has to.
Someone's got to fall asleep. Doc, I thought you wanted to come in.
I do.
Okay.
I did. Yeah. Now I want to leave.
10 minutes ago.
He gets in good naps here.
Yeah. I want to sleep now.
Yeah.
No, I didn't take my meds today, so I'm kind of spacing.
I see. All right. All right, send your feedback over to feedback@thebrewingnetwork.com. If you've got show ideas, you can send them to bevo@thebrewingnetwork.com. She'll get your guests booked for you. And send everything else over to JP or something.
Sure, man. Why not?
Somebody.
Yeah. Somebody. Send it to Beardy. Beardy doesn't have one. So
no.
Beardy@thebrewingnetwork.com for all your complaints.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm going to get a bunch of emails. My email to Beardy didn't go through, so I'm going to send this to you.
Yeah.
Cool.
You're welcome.
Chip, do we have a Twitter game today?
We do, Justin.
Have you been hosting and Twitter gaming?
No, I gave that task to Warren
because you couldn't do both. I was gonna joke that you couldn't do both, but
I chose not to because I wanted someone. I wanted a JP. I wanted a sidekick.
Yeah,
to talk to. So I just gave it to Warren. I could have because I'm really smart.
He's still looking for a good sidekick. By the way,
right. I did listen. I saw how you had him doing the end of show.
I asked him, I was like, "Do you want to do these two?" And he goes, "Yeah, why not?"
Yeah, you should have put a stop to that after a day.
But it was just so good, I couldn't. I couldn't do it.
He got a lot better.
Really? Because that's the one I listened to.
The last one?
Yeah,
that was the best one.
It was pretty good.
I couldn't say no to the kid.
It's like you were giving it to him in fine print or something. Because I could just picture him.
He had my computer.
Okay.
And after the first one, I was like, you could just scroll up the font size on the thing. He goes, that's what I've been doing. And I just kind of went, oh,
okay. So it's that you can't read aloud well.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
But
also
he did good.
I'm normally over on this side of the studio, not having to work real hard.
Yeah.
And that chair, you actually have to do things over there.
It changes things.
You're right. You actually have things to do and responsibilities.
Yeah.
The business chair.
That's not my thing.
Yeah, you don't get paid enough.
No, right. Yeah. I'm not a professional.
No, you guys did great. All right, well, Twitter Game is brought to you today by our friends over
trying to make myself feel good.
at Beersmith. You can go to beersmith.com right now and download your free 21-day trial of the Beersmith brewing software. It's our favorite software. I guarantee it'll be yours, too. You don't even have to take my guarantee because Brad gives you a guarantee with your free 21-day trial. Pros use it. Homebrewers use it. Everybody uses it. Available on Mac and PC. Tons of tutorial videos. Plus, you got a podcast over there. Go over to beersmith.com right now and check it out. What's our Twitter game?
Well, I don't know if you've paid attention to this phenomenon, Justin, of everybody now in the beer industry is writing a book. Sam Calgaganaga has one.
I know that guy.
Tony
I wonder if he's
McAgee
going to have an audiobook.
from Legina.
He could have Andy read it.
So,
He's Sylvester Stallone.
I got this beer.
Or a video book where it's just him sitting next to a fireplace reading the book to you.
Yeah.
I'd watch it on mute.
With the power off.
He has another book, huh?
Oh, I don't know. Just he has one out in the universe.
Yeah.
Denny Kahn, of all people, has a friggin' book. With,
can that guy
whoever.
even read himself?
No, I don't think he can.
I mean...
So, I thought it's about time to let everybody know that the Brewing Network has a book. We got contractually bounded to write a book.
If you will.
But we need a title and a topic, I guess, is what you need for a book.
For once you're going to do a book.
Yeah, so we're going to do a book.
Okay.
But what's it going to be called and what's it going to be about? That's the Twitter game.
Well,
I love this idea.
Thank you.
Of somebody else writing a book.
who's going to write it after we get the idea?
Well, that's our next Twitter game.
Warren,
okay.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
All right.
One thing at a time.
Yeah, Warren.
Warren G.
G for jerk.
I didn't know you were also planning out the next Twitter game. Sorry.
That's what good work entails.
That's right.
Planning?
Yeah.
All right. Should we do feedback?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Feedback's brought to you today by our good friend John over at the Beer Law Center. You can go to beerlawcenter.com and check him out. And John's been helping us for quite some time now, helping protect the Hop Grenade trademark. He does a good job of it, and he can do a good job for you. He's even had to go to battle for us a little bit, and he's done great. So go check him out, John Samankowitz, over at beerlawcenter.com. He can help you get your brewery started. He can help you with your trademark issues, pretty much anything beer-related. Give him a call if you're curious if he can help you. Just call him up, and I bet he can. beerlawcenter.com. All right, here we go. Tim writes in, holy feelings, Batman. So I've been listening to you lunatics for a couple years now, starting with the current shows and progressively working my way back through the archives. I just got to the French beer show from, looks like July 19th, 2009.
I don't remember this one.
I think it would have been with Yan, and then on the phone was Simon, who owns the La Cava beer in Paris, which is basically a bottle shop.
Yeah.
And I think it was the first Parisian bottle shop.
I think
very successable now, by the way.
I think it's French for the beer cave, if I'm not mistaken.
You're absolutely right. Yeah, it comes from wine because there's La Cava Vin all over.
Okay, great.
Well done, JP.
Thank you.
So anyhow, I remember the guests.
Yeah.
I don't really remember the content of the show.
Neither do I, and I meant to go back and listen to it, but then I got distracted by a squirrel or something.
Well, it has something to do with you, so I wish you had done so. He says, what a disaster. If it wasn't that I was listening from current shows back, I would have expected JP to off himself before the next show.
Oh, no.
Love me. Just love me. Love me.
That sounds about right.
Never mind. I have plans after the show. I need to pop my plants. So I don't know what maybe we were getting down on you about something, and I have no idea.
Hey, look, those were lean times, all right, in the emotional
your
range
thyroid
of
wasn't functioning properly.
Right, that's right.
Since that, I do often think back, I'm like, God, man, I was real hard on JP, man. It was probably just his thyroid. He probably wasn't a dickhead like I thought he was.
It was a medical condition.
It was a medical condition. Sometimes I'll replay a scenario, and most times I go, no, he was a dickhead.
Right.
But sometimes I'll go, oh, shit. It was his thyroid. He had no control over that.
Maybe.
But has he changed?
We don't know.
Has he changed that much since, though?
I think so, yeah.
Oh,
I think so, too.
Okay.
I mean, he's still a dickhead, but he's changed. He's a different kind of dickhead.
That's true.
That's what, don't you think? Terry
happy dickhead instead of a miserable dickhead.
Yeah, so you're happier anyway.
Right.
You know.
Well, cancer will do that to you, but that's fine. That's not...
Every day's a gift.
Right. Yeah, feet hit the floor this morning.
How come you don't wear a yellow wristband? You survived. You're a survivor.
I'm still like the analogy I have is like it's like going to the ER for splinters. It's like you're not going to die from it, but you still want to get it out because it's not good for you.
Yeah, but you had the cancer.
Sure,
but you're a survivor.
You're congesting our ER room.
Yeah.
You get a splinter and you go to the ER room.
Yeah,
making us wait hours.
Hey, I sit there with Lupe. He does it too. Why can't I?
All right.
He has to.
He goes out to say, seriously, good job, guys. Awesome info, except in the French beer episode. And a bunch of fun. Keep up the good work. And Justin, get your lazy rear end back in the studio. Suck it, JP. From Tim. Well, here I am, Tim. I hope it's worth the wait.
You still have to suck it now. That's the question.
Yeah.
You're only back because of his feedback email.
That's right. JP sent it to me yesterday, and I thought, well, I guess I'll do the show.
You dropped what you were doing.
Yeah.
Just come back.
All right, Kyle from Bozeman, Montana writes in. This is about the website. Hey, guys, I love the new site, which nobody ever says. Thank you. And I love the show. But I had a thought regarding the website. When you're on the session page under shows, it might be nice to have a drop-down menu somewhere that lists the years. Once a year is clicked, then you could just list the shows from those years. Right now, it's kind of a pain in the ass to find older shows. So he says, maybe I have something like that set up, but it's just a thought. Thanks for all you do. From Kyle. So, Kyle, I have that about halfway there for you, and I did realize after making the site that I need to change the way they are listed. It's just beyond the scope of my talents. So the website's not done. I do appreciate feedback like that. By the way, it's very well spoken, and you're not being a dick about things. Telling me that what needs to be fixed in the website. I actually always love to hear that because I have a running list of stuff that I will get fixed. In the meantime, if you go to the right navigation, so just scroll down on the right side under the search BN shows function, it says select month. But if you click on it, it is all months, but it's months and years. So there's March 2014, July 2013, April 2012, for example. If you click on any one of those, at least it will get you closer to what you're looking for. Unfortunately, what it does is it puts all shows there, so not just the session. So if you clicked like January 2013, it would be all session shows, all Brew Strong shows, all Jamil shows. So it's still not exactly what you're looking for, but maybe it'll get you by till I can get that fixed, and then I'm gonna work on the search functionality for you. Thanks for the input. Matt writes in, this is about the Brewers Roundtable, which was a private episode that I recorded during San Francisco Beer Week.
Only for me. For me only. Fuck off.
Matt writes in, I remember hearing something about a Brewers Roundtable discussion. I was interested in listening to it. Did it happen? Did you record it? Are you going to post it? And P.S., thanks for all the info. You're awesome, blah, 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 from Matt. Yeah, so I did record it. And no, I'm not going to post it yet. The idea for the Brewers Roundtable is to do special content for those people who donate to the Brewing Network. We wanted to add some extra features to those of you who go the extra mile for us and try your best to support us. And so I might end up releasing this one a little bit later to everybody to give you an example of what a Brewers Roundtable is. It's an idea that I had for a while to just have me and a group of brew professionals in here. I don't do much except for throw out a question to them and let them talk about it, and current events in the beer world, controversial topics, maybe some talk about differing brewing techniques. And this one was great. We had Monkish and Sante Adarius, and Beechwood was in here, and was it? I forget. There's somebody else, so forgive me for who the other brewer was. But we had a great time doing it. Those of you who are members will see it soon in our newsletter. So if you're a recurring donor, expect to see a link to that Brewers Roundtable episode. If you'd like to become a recurring donor, you still have time to do so, and maybe it'll come out next month. So sign up now for as little as $2, and that's how you get things like the Brewers Roundtable. And we're working on some more of that for you, too. All right. Eric in Fairbanks.
Whoa. Sorry.
Is there only one Fairbanks?
No, I think there's one Fairbanks.
Because usually people, there's got to be 100 Fairbanks, right? There's probably a Fairbanks, Colorado, and a Fairbanks, Utah, Fairbanks, Ontario.
Can we just assume
that's a different country?
We'll go Alaska.
Yeah.
I think it's only Alaska, man.
Okay.
The Golden Heart City, apparently.
So Eric from Fairbanks, Alaska writes in, hey guys and Bevo, where's the session been? The last show is not posted and there are no shows on the schedule. Bevo, we got to work on that, by the way. The schedule needs to be filled out.
Yeah, Bev.
That wasn't on your plate. I'm just saying we need to put it on your plate.
I'm like, that's not my job. Don't shake your finger at me.
Yeah. But the other shows, however, the other shows that are your job aren't there either.
They should be.
Real talk.
Yes, they should be. You're absolutely right.
Okay, shame.
Is this it? Is the greatness over? He says. I've been chugging through the archives for almost a year and about halfway through, but also listen to the latest episodes as they're posted. Thank you for all the brewing knowledge and, of course, the crassness. Is Justin just done? I like this. It's like a trailer to a dramatic episode, a behind-the-scenes episode.
Is Justin just done?
JP has been doing a great job.
Dun, dun, dun.
You are hilarious, man, and could easily host a show on a regular basis. See, this is stuff I like to hear.
Is he talking to you?
Sorry, he's talking to me about you.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. I hope we get more sessions soon. Ever think about having some Alaska breweries on? Oh, well, there you go.
Never.
Prost, Eric, and Fairbanks. We've had I think we had like Midnight Sun or somebody on.
Well, and you've had Alaskan.
And Alaskan.
too, yeah.
So we've had all the Alaskan breweries on.
Right. You know, one of the things that I like to do when we're on road trips, like Tara and I were just in L.A. this past weekend.
When you're on the road trip that you take?
Yeah, the one road trip. Is whenever we're in hotel rooms and there's nothing ever on TV and it's late at night. So it's always you end up on Nat Geo watching Alaskan State Troopers.
Oh, yes, I agree with that.
Fucking weird drunk-ass people that live in Alaska.
Yeah.
They're nuts. There's some guy walking around with a ball-peen hammer on the side of the road covered in blood. And the trooper pulls him over. He's like, what do you guys want? And he's like, sir, why are you walking down the road with a ball-peen hammer?
Oh, man.
I got in a fight. What the fuck is wrong with everybody?
Seriously. They got nothing else to do.
They really don't.
Okay. To answer your question, the greatness is not over.
Right. You miss 1 week, and he assumes that the plug's been pulled.
Yeah.
And it's
well,
not.
let's be honest. The greatness is probably over years ago.
And you do 11 years of shows, and you assume that there's greatness.
Yeah.
Last week's show is getting posted today. In fact, you'll find it in iTunes right now. I just can't put it on the website because I'm locked out. But it's in iTunes, and I had to repair it. So I'm sorry it took a while. But then we had 2 weeks off before that because we went away on the Labruski cruise and things and such.
Oh, right.
So that's why it looked like there was a big giant gap. I filled some of the gap today.
Nice work
With last week's episode, and then of course now you've got tonight's. I'm very relaxed. I did it into a cup.
Oh, a cup. Well, it was laundry day, I guess.
It's laundry day. Anyhow, no, it's not over. And look, I'm around, and I think you're going to see... I think you'll see a mixture of me and JP, and I don't know what's going to happen. But we're not going anywhere, I'll tell you that.
Well, that's good.
We're not pulling the plug, right, Jip?
Right.
Yet.
No, I'm in it. What else am I going to do?
Yeah.
Go back to working at Starbucks?
Right.
If they let you. They tip there.
You'll get paid better.
Yeah.
You get health care.
Shit. Why are we convincing him? I need him here. I don't know why I'm doing this.
Well, I'm on Taryn's health care, so it's fine.
Okay, so good.
Yeah.
And we probably pay you close to that now.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
All right. Anyhow, here's
Had
another
you stayed
one.
working at Starbucks, though?
I would have probably been district manager by now.
Right.
Kidding me?
Right.
You know what, dude? I'll make you district manager right now.
Whoa, promotion!
Ladies and gentlemen, JP is now district manager of the Brewing Network.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm better than Nemo.
I still think I outrank you.
She does.
That sucks.
Shit. Okay, and then Pies writes in, has the last show been uploaded? I can't seem to find it. Also, is Justin okay? Seriously, is the death pool about to pay out? I am ill, and I've been ill since October.
We'd be illin'.
I finally made a doctor's appointment today. I'm going to the doctor. I'm trying
Really?
Yeah, I gotta see what's going on. But I don't know. I am at the top of the death pool, though. I've been there for a while, I think. I've been above Tasty for months, I think, right?
Yeah. Well,
we need to write it out. We should put it on the wall.
Yeah. What is the ranking now?
I think it's me.
We should have. This should be an interactive thing on the site or something.
Yes.
We should actually do
That's an easy. We can do. That's one thing that works on our new website is that we can add content, assuming I'm not locked out.
Right.
I think having a death pool page is a good idea.
Okay.
And
I'd like to. Be
so
careful.
I think it's me. I think you're still below Tasty, believe it or not, Doc. But only because years of being a healthy person. person. You're quickly, I should say, since fastly is not a word, creeping up on Tasty.
I thought Doc was at the bottom. Because we just figure he's going to outlive all of us. Because he hasn't already been killed.
Is that magic thing?
Yeah.
But he's on a rampage. So I'm going. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I think it's me, Tasty, Doc, and then I don't know where it goes from there. It's probably JP below that.
Well, it depends on. I don't know. Now it's in question because you're actually going to the doctor. So I think until the results happen, I think it's Tasty. Then you...
Oh, well, but you remember, I went to the doctor not long ago, and you remember those results.
Right.
Not good.
Right.
That's what pushed me above.
A little bit, which makes me think I'm above Doc, too, because I have the same issues, sort of, that you have, also.
The high liver enzymes?
Not liver enzymes, but...
blood pressure?
Cholesterol.
Whatever. No, I don't have that. I have blood pressure.
Cholesterol.
No, I had cholesterol. Yeah. Not blood pressure.
You both can have cholesterol.
We both have the cholesterol.
Right, yes.
That's my Aunt Gloria.
And we get blood pressure on ultimate days.
The cholesterol.
Yeah.
Really?
Does stupidity kill you?
She
because
had that.
I think that might
She
be
had that and the sugar. Remember the sugar?
Oh, the sugar. The beatus?
That's the Italians call the sugar.
I got the sugar.
He's got the sugar. You gotta watch out for him.
Don't hug him too long.
Don't you mean he doesn't have the sugar? He's got the sugar.
We should seriously.
Don't hug him.
I just heard that.
We should seriously sit down, have several beers, and then do the death pool.
Okay,
I think Warren is at the bottom.
Well, no. Once the brewery opens, then my risk of getting pulled into a pump or boiled alive goes way
How big
up.
of a pump are you running?
You're still at the bottom.
The bottom gets sucked in. It's going to pull my whole head in.
He's the young. Well, he
just turned 30,
although
right?
his beard, he's the youngest.
Right, the depression that goes along with that.
Every day. Although his beard does sort of present he could be working on his car and get his face sucked into the engine, the whole thing.
Yeah, but still, how often are you getting laid right now? Give me a weekly.
How many times does Candy want to nap?
Yeah, she lets me put her to sleep about probably 3 nights a week.
You're getting laid 3 nights a week right now?
Sure.
God bless you, 30-year-old. So he's getting regular sex. He's only 30. He's relatively healthy. The only thing he has going against him is the stupid beard.
And the blindness.
But that's not going to kill you.
Oh, yeah,
because walk in front of a
well, yeah. What's the crosswalk sign say?
Well, he is over careful when he drives. Like, this man stops at yield signs, but sometimes he doesn't know if the light's red. So there's
you're supposed to yield
when it's red.
Yeah.
All right, I got to keep us moving, but yes, right. JP, I agree.
Let's do that.
Let's get drunk and write out the death pool.
All right.
Okay. Thanks for your care, though, Pies. I appreciate that. Okay, and finally, our spam of the week. Here we go. Is sex just a memory for you? Life has stopped long time ago.
Long time.
That's one sentence.
Yes.
Love knows no age frames. What are age frames? When you say that, I think of saggy tits.
And I feel like when I read this,
because they get flat and square.
You need a bigger frame as you get older.
When I read this, I was like, "This is like sex spam haiku."
Then I better finish
poetry. It's beautiful.
All right, let me start again. Then I'll do. If sex is just a memory for you, life has stopped long time ago. Love knows no age frames. If you have faced impotence, there is no need to keep one's mouth shut. I feel like that's like a word to the wife. Like, hey, if you're facing impotence, keep your mouth open. Ain't nothing going to happen.
Right. You'll be all right. Yeah.
He's not going to chase you around the room with it anymore.
I saw you yawning. Come here.
Then it goes on to say, also we have... As if they've explained what they have yet in the first place. Yes. Also we have women's health, anti-allergic, skin care, epilepsy, and more than 2,000 positions.
That's nice.
This is the most nonsensical one yet.
I love it.
But it's great poetry.
It's good poetry. I'd like to see the 2,000 positions.
Is epilepsy a new position that I just don't know about?
Yes.
Yeah, you just shake on top of each other.
You know what Sam does.
That's what that's called?
That has a name.
Yeah, he's doing the epileptic. It's amazing.
Oh, my God. All right, that's your feedback brought to you today by our good friend John over at the Beer Law Center. We're going to take a quick break right now. When we come back, we've got the boys from the new movie Brewers by the Bay, a history of San Francisco beer. So hang in there with us. It's The Session. We'll be right back.
listening to the Brewcasters.
Brewcasters on the Brewing Network.
For more than 20 years, White Labs has collected yeast strains from around the world and kept them locked away. Until now. Through the Yeast Vault, they are now releasing new, creative, and unique strains. Most have never been used in commercial products. Some have names you can barely pronounce. And all are uniquely White Labs in quality and performance. Now they're giving you the opportunity to unlock the vault. Here's how it works. Pick the yeast you want from the vault. As soon as 500 people have chosen that yeast, your card will be charged and your yeast will go into production. A short time later, a fresh White Labs Pure Pitch package will show up at your door, ready to make the beer you've always wanted to brew. For the first time, White Labs is letting you into their secret yeast vault, unlocking access to hundreds of strains never available before. Join the White Labs Customer Club for first access to the vault.
The 21st Amendment.
Watch out!
Do you like beer? They make beer.
Watch out!
Do you like friends and fun? They make friends and fun.
Watch out!
Do you still like to have a good time? The 21st Amendment.
Watch out!
The 21st Amendment in San Francisco, located at 563 2nd Street, 2 blocks from the building where baseball is seen and played. Try their beers in the pub or try them in the can, featuring Monk's Blood. Made with real monk.
Watch out!
So why not have the best time of your life? Go to the 21A and Sean O'Sullivan will personally greet you with a can of Monk's Blood. The 21st Amendment.
Watch out!
This advertisement is not in any way affiliated nor associated with the 21st Amendment Bar and Pub, nor its subsidiaries or affiliates. This telecast is not copywritten by the 21st Amendment for the private use of the Brewing Network. Any use of this telecast without Jamil Zainashev's consent is prohibited. Suck it, JP.
The 2016 Homebrew Con is coming. June 9th through 11th in Baltimore, Maryland. Be a part of the biggest and best homebrew event in the world with thousands of homebrewers from all walks of life. HomebrewCon is open to anyone 21 and older who is a member of the American Homebrewers Association or Brewers Association. Not an AHA member? Don't wait. Register now. The AHA is dedicated to promoting the community of homebrewers and empowering homebrewers to make the best beer in the world. Social packages and full conference registration is available now. Enjoy seminars from industry leaders like Sam Calagione, Stan Hieronymus, Jeff Larson, Paul Sangster, and Drew Beecham. Visit the Homebrew Expo for the newest and best in equipment and ingredients. And don't miss Club Night, the biggest night in homebrewing. Register today at homebrewcon.org and join the Brewing Network in Baltimore for all the fun at HomebrewCon.
Since the first time the Brewing Network microphones turned on, More Beer was behind it. More Beer sponsors the programming on the BN because, like you, they love brewing. And like the Brewing Network, they love sharing their knowledge. Morebeer.com isn't just a website to place your next equipment or ingredient order. Morebeer.com also gives you access to free beer information that will make you a better brewer. Go to morebeer.com and click into the Learning Center. You'll find podcasts, technical facts, video tutorials, and more, including access to The Buzz, More Beer's social network of more than 5,000 members. And some of them might even be crazier about beer than you are. Get over to morebeer.com today and take advantage of The Buzz, the forum, the Learning Center, and make sure you're signed up to receive the newest More Beer catalog. More Beer, bringing you absolutely everything for beer making.
Marin Brewing Company in Northern California has been making award-winning beers for more than 25 freaking years. Today, I want to tell you about their new 12-ounce cans of Mount Tam Pale Ale. The good stuff, Mount Tam is bright gold, 5.5% ABV to keep you feeling good, and has been winning awards since 1989. If you're visiting the Bay Area, get your butt out to Marin Brewing Company. They pour tasty beers and serve great food every day until midnight. Come in for a tour, stay for the food, and pick up a 6-pack of cans of Mount Camp Pale Ale to enjoy at home, camping, biking, or whatever the hell you do. Owner Brenden Moylan has this to say about Marin Brewing beers.
It's freaking awesome.
Marin Brewing has won more than 100 gold medals in international competitions. Check out marinbrewing.com for all their award-winning beers, food, and merch. Marin Brewing Company in Larkspur, California. Award-winning taste, refreshing finish. It's freaking awesome.
The most wonderful week of the year is coming. It's American Craft Beer Week, May 16th through 22nd. Thousands of events all over the country will celebrate craft beer and brewing in all 50 states. Join the celebration. Visit craftbeer.com now. It's the home of American Craft Beer Week and hosts a growing list of events around the nation. And visit American Craft Beer Week on Facebook and support craft beer with more than 60,000 small and independent brewery fans. If you're a brewery or craft beer retailer, plan an event and post it for everyone to see on craftbeer.com's official calendar for American Craft Beer Week. It's the mother of all beer weeks, American Craft Beer Week, the most wonderful time of the year.
The Brewcasters are back. 888-401 beer.
Whatever.
All right, welcome back to the program. Thanks so much for hanging out with us, too. Got a lot going on tonight. Me figuring out how to run the show again after being gone for for over 2 months.
Right? It's tough.
I didn't do a show. I came back as a special guest last week.
Yeah, I heard about
that.
Which is
fun. I like being on that side of the table better than on this side. It's fun. It's funnerer.
It is more funnerer.
It's more funnerer to just be asked questions than to have to do all the asking. Brenden knows. Brenden Dobel from Thirsty Bear Brewing Company is here with us right now, along with Jared Stutts, the director and producer and owner and filmmaker and extraordinaire of Brewers by the Bay. Welcome to the studio, guys.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Thanks.
Now, Brenden,
Taking a hot grenade.
Yeah, thanks for coming out. So
I've never been here before. I'm blown away.
Thank you. So we've known each other for years now, Brenden. And
correct.
I met you first at Thirsty Bear in San Francisco, and we worked together a little bit. We've drank together a little bit.
We have drank together. I know much stuff, sure.
So I'm kind of proud. to have you here in the studio, man. Here at my bar.
It's amazing. I love it.
Thanks, dude. We've come a long way, and we were just talking at the break that last time Brenden was on the show, we were at Free FM. I think we were at CBS Radio
10 years ago or so, right?
Yeah. We couldn't say fuck then, but now you can.
Can we say fuck now?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
All you want.
Just so I know.
Keep going.
Thank you. No, I'm good.
I was watching the movie this weekend, The Brewers by the Bay, and somebody dropped an F-bomb.
Sully.
I
was like, is it going to get bleeped? It made me wonder.
To remember if it was Sully or Fritz Maytag. I was like, which would have been great, right?
It happened again. I think one of the speakeasy guys also said it, but I think Sully was the first one.
Well, those are a bunch of foul-mouthed punks, so it would make sense, would it? But no, I do. I think, we just went with it. I don't remember if we talked about it a little bit about how we should present the
he did.
The content, but
he's
it's
a professional.
But there's people talking about dropping LSD, and some people just drop some F-bombs. I think we just wanted to let people do what they wanted to do and speak with their minds. So
it's not a children's film, it's about beer.
Yeah.
Well, then since we're diving into that, why don't we start with that, and then we'll back up and talk about you guys and your history. But so the film is called Brewers by the Bay.
Right.
Okay. And what's the concept, Jared?
The concept is really about the history of beer in San Francisco, dating back to about 1847. Starts with the history in the first 20 or so minutes, and then it really goes into with Fritz Maytag talking about his history and the history of what he brought to the table, and the craft beer renaissance that he really created,
which is an amazing story,
incredible story.
Yeah.
And then after that, it really dives into who the original San Francisco Brewers Guild members are, and what their stories are, and what they contributed, and how they really inspired this next generation that we currently have.
Okay.
Of brewers here in the city.
Got it. And how did you get hooked up with Brenden to be... Brendan's kind of the host of the show, right?
Right.
And how did that connection happen?
Well, what happened was he invited, Reagan and Sarah from Local Brewing Company, because we were brewing beer with them back I don't know, 5 years ago, something like that.
Okay.
And they were trying to like test market some of their recipes that they had been developing before they opened up local brewing company. We supported them. So Jared had come down with his crew, and I kind of sat in on it. And he brought the lights, cameras, action, and all sorts of stuff. And I don't know, we hit it off. And then you were like, you came by like the next day, and you're like, I'm actually still looking for a host to run this thing, and do you want to roll with it?
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, I'll help a brother out. Let's try it. And
I can talk.
Yeah, I can bullshit like the rest
Drink
of
some
them.
beer.
And I can drink some beer with some friends of mine. I mean, I do know most people in San Francisco, most of the brewers. So
yeah.
I'm on a first name basis with everybody, and I'm like, it's not like I never had a beer with them before.
And that helps.
I think so.
I mean, when I started this and I didn't know anybody, it was much more uncomfortable than now. And now that we've been around for a while, I've met most of you guys. We've hung out at Beer Fest.
Yeah.
It does make an interview go easier.
Yeah. Because I do count many of the brewers to be friends, because we've been hanging out for like 10 years now.
Yeah.
And when you drink beer, you make friends. And so I thought I could do it. So I said yes, and here we are now, with almost a finished product, ready to go.
How long have you guys been working on the movie? It's been
Jared,
a while.
how long
right?
has it been now? Well, when did we start? When did you start, and when did I kick in? I forget. But,
It was around October of 2011, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
And really, my initial email was to Dave McLean after getting some inspiration actually over at Rogue, the Rogue Ale House.
Yeah.
And I met Lloyd Knight,
who formerly of the 21st Amendment.
Yeah, very good guy, and Rob Strausser, now the GM over at 21A. And I met them, and they're just hanging out, having a good time, drinking other people's beer. And I was like, well, these guys, they're having a great time here at this beer bar, essentially, and
that wasn't the one they work for.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And we were all getting drunk, having a good time, and they're just talking about the industry in San Francisco and how much they enjoy being a part of it.
Okay.
And I was like, you know what? This would make a pretty cool story.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot here. And
Were you in to film before? Had you made other movies?
No.
You just dove right in.
Dove right in. From San Francisco initially, born and raised for the first 9 years. Love San Francisco, love beer. And thinking, well, you know what? Hey, let's give this a shot.
Got it.
So
you grabbed your iPhone camera.
No, absolutely not.
You did not.
Isn't that what you do? That's what you have to do, right?
That's
the
HD,
iPhone camera.
Jared. It's
Right.
in HD.
Yeah.
It's fine.
That means
that's what a lot of people do. But we do have some production
if you
value.
put it on a selfie stick, it's like having a tripod.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
HD is handy device.
Yeah.
You can do it.
No, you went out and you thought, I got to figure this out. I have to have good cameras.
Big time.
Okay.
And we actually, for the Fritz Maytag interview, we actually had 5 cameras.
Wow.
On set, we had full lights, full shindig going on. And
amazing. A stunt man? Did you have a stunt man?
Yes, we did actually.
Fluffer, a double.
Yeah. We had a double.
Dobel's double. I would love to be Dobel's double.
You'd be drunk by 9 a.m.
Right. Did you have like special requests, Brenden? Like you have to have a trailer outside and green M&Ms, things like this.
No, I didn't go that hard.
We didn't have to make
for him. No, just everyone cracked open a beer and we got into it.
And that was good enough.
It was good enough.
Okay.
So it was plenty. Obviously, the interview with Fritz Maytag was a little different. And part of the reason it took so long is that getting these brewers together is like herding cats, because everyone has one production schedules. So that was a big part of it. And trying to nail down a time where everyone can get together on my side, on Jared's side, on the brewer's side, and so it took a lot of planning and again herding cats to get this thing together, especially getting Fritz Maytag. I mean, he was already retired at that point, and Keith Greger was now the new proprietor of Anchor Brewing Company. So we had to basically find him in his, I think he lives up in Napa Valley, so we had to drag him out of there and come down to Anchor Brewing Company and spend some time with us, and that took. How many months?
2 years.
It almost took 2 years to get him to
Now, was that because he kept saying no, or just it was hard to coordinate schedules?
Initially, when I had contacted Anchor, they said, well, we can promise you Keith Greger, we can promise you Mark Carpenter, but we cannot promise you Fritz Maytag.
Sure.
He's a very private man, I suppose.
He is. He doesn't do a lot of interviews.
No.
And there's only a few. The few that are on YouTube are very short, very... And when we actually finally got the final approval, we went in there and we got 90 minutes of his time, uncut.
Yeah. And he was very, I thought, open and upbeat. And I don't want to say too much because I want people to watch the movie, but like I thought one cool part was, and Brendan, you just asked a cool question about him being around San Francisco in the 60s, and did he fit into the counterculture? And I don't want to talk about the answer. I want people to watch it, but I thought that he was an open guy and said some things I didn't really expect him to say. So it's interesting to hear how quiet he is and reserved. And then watch him on this interview where he really opened up. I thought it was great.
It was amazing. As a brewer, I've been doing this for 20 years, and I mean, I just have a chance to sit down with Fritz Maytag for almost 2 hours. Is a surreal experience. It was definitely one of the highlights of my career so far, just to hang out because I think he's a great American. He's up. I mean, like if you're a techie, it's almost like you met Steve Jobs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it was kind of like that vibe. I'm like, this guy is so influential and has such a massive impact on what we do for a living or what I do for a living that it was amazing to sit down and just shoot the shit with him, drink a beer, drink some Anchor Steam with both Keith and Fritz.
Yeah, we all look up to him. So
yeah, he should because he's a great American.
Yeah, he's a great.
Does he have to pay for Anchor Steam still now that he stopped working there?
He probably doesn't. He's got plenty of cash now. So if he had to, he probably would.
Probably would. Yeah.
Do you think he regrets selling when he did?
No, I think
he should have waited like
not.
5 years.
Get $1 billion.
Oh, right.
I don't think so.
No,
you know what I mean?
No.
Yeah, get more money.
He was. I'm not privy to his financial scenario, but I mean, he made. I mean, he's okay.
Well, he's okay, sure, but you can always be better than okay, right?
Well, but with Fritz, he already was heir to the Maytag,
right? Yeah, he has wash
dynasty. So even before Anchor, he was okay.
Yeah.
And then I think Anchor itself, even while he was an owner, did okay.
Oh, yeah.
And then when he got sold. So I hear what you're saying, like, would he have gotten a bigger payout?
Yeah.
Maybe, but also maybe he doesn't really fit that bill. Like, maybe Anchor doesn't fit that bill that they're looking for. I think he sold at exactly the right time. It's my opinion. I agree. You guys?
I'm not privy to it, but I mean, he was honest about it. He said he wanted the right group because it is an iconic brand, an iconic brewery. It's not just like selling off to make more money. I mean, he called himself the caretaker of Anchor Brewing Company. So the curator, I think it was, with the term he used. So really, it wasn't about like just selling for the biggest buck. It was finding somebody who could really honor Anchor Brewing Company in the future.
Yeah,
that was my impression I got from him. So monetary issues aside, that seemed to be one of his primary concerns.
And he talks about that in the movie, so you get to you can go watch it. He doesn't go into it too deep, but he mentions a couple of the criteria that were important to him.
That's true.
And I think that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So it's good. Let me just mention now, if you want to call in and talk to these guys, it's 888-401-BEER, 888-401-BEER. You can call in and talk. Bevo will take your calls and put you on through. And then I also wanted to mention that there's a Kickstarter campaign to Indiegogo campaign. Whatever, they're the same thing. Indiegogo campaign to get the film released, right? Is that what the deal is?
Right. Yeah, They can actually go to brewersbythebay.com and I'll redirect them
to there, brewersbythebay.com, and then there's different levels to get tickets. Is that basically what's happening?
Exactly.
Okay, cool. And that's to help actually get the movie in front of eyeballs? Is that what the Indiegogo's for?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, all we need is 125 people to purchase about the $40 ticket.
Oh, okay.
Which...
so that you can rent a theater and do a release? Is that all it is?
Exactly.
Oh, that's cool.
And that's all we need. That's pretty modest, if you ask me. So.
No, listen, the people who come on the show with their Indiegogos and their $150,000 campaigns, this is like a breath of fresh air right here. A few tickets to sell, that's nothing.
Nothing.
Okay, so go check it out. You can go to brewersbythebay.com, and it'll redirect you. Did I get that right?
You got it. Yep.
Okay, and then you can buy tickets basically there. And once you get to 120 or so, then you can book a theater. Is that what the deal is?
That's it. Yeah,
okay.
we need $5,000.
Cool. So you're hoping to release what, next month or the month after? In May. Okay. Excellent. Well, I recommend people go see it, especially if you're from San Francisco or even the greater Bay Area, because the parts I found most fascinating, and maybe this is because I know a lot of the brewers and their stories already, you sat down with a couple of brewery historians, and they just went for it with this rich history of San Francisco beer, like back from the Gold Rush. And you hear all these beer names that you know, but you didn't know that they were associated with San Francisco. At least I didn't. Like
Bergie,
hams,
yeah,
right?
hams.
Because
Rainier was brewed in here. I had no idea.
Because it was part of them, their attempt to expand their breweries into these areas. And so their names I had heard, but I had no idea they had a connection with San Francisco. And that part was really cool for me.
Definitely.
I would imagine if I'm you and I get a hold of these guys, I don't know, in fact, I'd like to know how you found these guys, and you sit them down, I would have just sat back there with my hands up around my head going, oh, this is gold right here, guys. Just keep going. Just keep talking. Because they were so good.
Well, I'll tell you what, Justin. One of our main historians, Tom Jacobs.
Yeah.
This guy is actually a wine connoisseur. He's a dentist by trade.
Okay. All the good ones are.
Right, of course. Although this guy doesn't like beer, so he likes wine.
Okay.
But he is a San Francisco beer historian. That is his hobby. Who does not like his beer. And he only collects things up until around the 1906, kind of. But he has a very nice, very big home in San Rafael.
Okay.
And I'm not going to give you the address because there's no lock on the door. But it's filled with San Francisco beer nirvana. And these things, there was the 1906 earthquake and Great Fire, there was Prohibition, there were all these natural occurrences that happened that destroyed much of this memorabilia.
Okay.
And so you really cannot find the stuff anywhere. And he has reverse glass beer signs that are painted on the inside, and then
that's amazing. And
this stuff came from the 1800s, and even in the 1880s, there was a major earthquake and fire. Even before 1906.
Okay.
And so the fact, his collection is worth well over $1 million.
Wow.
He paid $10,000 for a lithograph that's no bigger than I don't know, like 3 by 5. It's pretty
that's like 2 fillings though, Doc. That's,
right? Yeah,
it's nothing.
Yeah. But if you can charge that to insurance.
But I'm not sure where he found this stuff. You go in there and it is gold.
Okay.
Wow. You're flabbergasted, and you look at the stuff and you're like, I want to take some of this stuff home, and he's like, I'll let you take pictures, but you cannot distribute the stuff outside of the film.
Okay.
The stuff I paid a lot of money for, and.
What's his deal with the I don't drink beer? How can you spend all that money on the... Not that you have to drink beer, I guess, to enjoy the history, but it does seem a little odd.
Your hobby should be at least along the same lines.
Right.
Yeah.
Like he's not the San Francisco wine historian, right? He's the beer historian. Did he say anything about that?
He just thinks that he doesn't like the flavor. He doesn't, he's not keen on... which I think is kind of, ridiculous, if you ask me.
But I guess as a historian, it doesn't really... It's a rich history, and it's a very human history, so I guess you don't really have to like the product to like the people and what it did for society.
Well, just like our show.
Right. You just like the story.
That's what I was thinking.
Right.
Yeah. Well, and you see his collection, and he has artwork.
Yeah, it's artwork.
It's artwork. They're photographs. It's about people.
Yeah.
And he actually has one of the original recipe books from the John Whelan Brewery before it actually went down in flames in 1906.
Wow.
And I've been begging this guy. It's like, can I please see a copy of this and let my good friend Brenden Dobel look at this and maybe recreate it or something? And he's like, oh, no, this is, for private eyes only. And
really?
He's not letting any of this stuff go.
That's the weird part to me. Like if you have it just it's very I don't know, Howard Hughes or something, right?
Yeah.
It's very it's very I'm gonna buy this. It's like that douche who owns the only copy of that Wu-Tang album. Right. Nobody else is gonna ever hear it. And in fact, I might even delete the shit. I have no idea. But nobody else can hear it simply because I can afford to have it. Like, why not share that history? If you're into sharing the history, give it up, boo. Put it up. Yeah. Write a fucking blog. Everyone has 10. I have 12 blogs. Put them on one of them.
He paid the money to see it.
Right.
He didn't pay the money to see it though.
Charge me $1.
Well, Anchor is really
maybe he'll do it then.
To when they open up their new brewery in the next couple of years, they're anxious to see his collection, to acquire some of his collection for the new facility. And it's like, no, I don't think so.
Wow.
Whoa.
So it's
not
a
even
shame.
to the Anchor Museum.
Right.
And look at it.
How did you find him?
Online.
Okay.
Yeah,
did you just search beer historian or
chat roulette?
Chat roulette, yeah. I saw way too much of him the first time.
Did you swipe right? What did you do?
You Tinder historian.
Well, funny you mention that, Justin. But no, I typed in San Francisco breweries. I probably did well over 100 hours of my own history, knowledge, research, and I personally found very, very little because of all these major accidents. The only information that's available is what people want to actually put up there.
Yeah.
And if there's nothing up there, if nobody wants to put anything up there, then it's not going to show up. And it's really kind of a shame because, I mean, there is so much history that we could have turned this thing into a miniseries.
Right.
The amount of artifacts this guy has, I mean, countless. I mean, he has rooms just filled.
Well, you could at least put him on hoarders.
Right.
I mean, especially if he's going to be a dick about it.
Right. Yeah. As a concerned citizen, just report him.
No, I really enjoyed him, and it was
definitely.
part of the movie that I really just focused on, and I thought it was cool history. And then you have another historian who does a similar thing, and both of those parts I just thought were fascinating because they really talk about what went on before and get up into the present, which sounds like the idea of the film, right? You didn't just want to cover San Francisco history; you want to talk about now.
Right.
So the Brewers Guild, for example, which becomes a big part of the movie, is relatively young, right? We're talking the 90s, isn't it? The San Francisco Brewers Guild?
It was actually formally made in 2003. But as a brewer, the whole point of it, not the whole point of it, but in 1996, there was a convention in San Francisco put together by Brewpub magazine. And that was sort of the genesis of the idea of a Brewers Guild, where the people that were in San Francisco brewed a beer called Duplicale for this convention. That would be like Thirsty Bear, Magnolia, 21st Amendment, and some others. And so they brewed this beer, and then the Brewers Guild became a loose, basically coming together and have a few pints every once in a while, where we're like, hey, we're having a guild meeting over at Gordon Biersch, and so we'd get together and drink.
Okay.
That emerged into Meet the Brewers, but the first formal creation of it was 2003 of the San Francisco Brewers Guild.
Okay. All right. And now the Guild is bigger than ever, of course.
Bigger than ever, yeah. Doubled our capacity and all that.
So I like that you guys talk about some of that, and then you sit down, and it's not just history. You end up sitting down and interviewing brewers in some of the breweries that we all know and love, and if you're from the rest of the country, some that you might not have ever been to. And so here's something I wanted to ask you, Jared, because I find that, especially since you're covering the whole history, and I know how long it's taken you to do this movie. I don't know how many breweries have opened up in the last 2 years, but
too many.
I would have thought you were almost wrapped, and then it took some time for editing and all these things that happened in the background, and you're like, well, shit. Now if I release this movie, I'm behind the times. At least I'm putting myself in your shoes. That's what I would have felt like. Sure. So what did you do? Because you do mention all these new breweries,
right? So I mean, there was a point where I'm like scratching my head. I was actually at the point where I was looking for an editor.
Okay,
and editing this thing, as I mentioned, we had 90 minutes with Fritz Maytag alone.
Yeah.
And then with a lot of these other guys, we had, 60 minutes, we had 40 minutes. Sully with Nico was, close to an hour.
Oh, because those two don't.
Sounds about right.
Well, Jesus.
Thankfully, Sully had some place to be. I mean, he
with the yapping and the cans and the cute little. Oh, we were friends and we brewed together. Oh.
Well, actually, we were chemistry partners.
Making spit bombs.
The two of them. You know the story.
So a lot of these guys don't really shut up. Which is fine. I mean, it's great, but it also creates a problem where how do I cut this down to a 90-minute piece? I'm trying to tell a story. And really, what it came to is that, once I finally found an editor, it's like, okay, well, now that I have an editor, let's try to make it relevant to the original members of the San Francisco Brewers Guild.
Okay.
And, there's so much more history that's, as we were creating the film, that's going on now, that's being made as we speak.
Yeah.
But the initial members of the Brewers Guild really, in my opinion, really inspired a lot of these, these new, fresh, young brewers.
Of course, yeah.
Who are popping up everywhere. And they're doing a great job, and at some point, maybe in the next 10 years, they deserve their history being told as well.
Yeah.
But for now, the original members, that started off in the late 90s, and everybody that we interviewed started off in the late 90s.
Okay.
And their stories are very relevant and very, this is how we came about, this is why we're here, this is, where we think the industry's going.
Yeah, they're a big part of this scene.
They're very, without them, I don't think, we would have what we have now in San Francisco.
I sometimes call it the second wave,
Now, yeah.
No, this is the third wave.
This is the third.
So I think the first wave would be in the 80s.
Okay.
With like
the industrial.
Sierra Nevada and Anderson Valley and stuff like that, like the originals, the OGs, if you will. And then we go into the late 90s, there was a massive explosion like we're experiencing right now. And then it somehow kind of tapered off, which is part of the reason we put together the Guild, because we were losing at one point more breweries than gaining. And a lot had to do with like people's Well, we're competing against the wine industry.
Yeah.
Spirits industry is strong also now, and it's great. But in our minds, San Francisco is a beer town, and so that's kind of, we were like, let's form the guild because we need to collectively promote ourselves against these other wonderful products, wine and spirits,
Sure.
And so that was a big part of it. And so, the guild came together, and now we are getting to this point where we built the culture, I think, to the point where the platform is set, and now it's exploding. And
Yeah.
So now I call this the third. In my mind, and people may disagree with me, but in my mind, it's the third wave.
I think that makes sense. And I think about that, too, and I want to ask you this, because I think about that 90s wave and then ultimately bubble, right, where we lost a lot of breweries.
Exactly.
I wasn't around drinking a lot of local beer then, so to me this is a lot of hearsay. But a lot of what people said it was a quality issue too. That people got into the business for money, and they either didn't make the money they thought it was going to be, or they didn't focus on the beer first. And if that's true, let's just assume for a second it is. The current wave of new beer seems to be so good to me. Of course, there's the occasional rotten egg. It's going to happen. But overall, I think that the level of beer making is so much better that we might not see the same burst as we did back in the 90s. But I'm curious what you think.
Well, I can't speak. Well, I'm not going to say that the beer coming out of San Francisco during the 90s was not up to snuff. But I do know that maybe on a regional and a national level, there were a lot of breweries. People assumed it was a concept more than a passion. For example.
Yeah.
So that definitely happened. I don't think it necessarily happened in San Francisco, but that again is a subjective opinion. But what's happening now? Obviously, it does seem that it's much more adventurous. I mean, I think the American palate has evolved, and I think as brewers we have to adapt to that, or at least meet it. I'm just looking at your bottle selection here, and you look at the packaging, you look at the direction the brewers are taking, within the bottle. It's just like, whoa.
Yeah.
And the fact that if you can actually sell it, that means America has become a better place. And I think that was kind of what we all as early craft brewers wanted to do, was make a better place. Make America a better place through craft beer, because and I just think it's sometimes you got to remember these things, because there was a time, I'm old enough to remember these things when it wasn't the norm, and now it is the norm. So it's like the new normal is good beer.
Yeah,
that's pretty bloody incredible.
Yeah.
So we did it.
You did it.
We accomplished it. And that's wonderful. We still have ways to go. I mean, we still a minority. Market share.
I hope so. I just opened this goddamn place. If there's another bubble, I'm in trouble.
No, I don't think.
Start wrapping
I don't think of it in terms of bubbles. I think we're actually kind of in a. The companies will come and go, obviously, but I think that more importantly, the palate for craft beer. I don't think there's any going back now. That's my personal opinion. I'm biased, obviously, but
So when I think about it, and I start to worry about changing trends and things like that, because we are still competing with cocktails and other, that's what I come back to, is that there's no way our palate, I shouldn't say no way, it's very difficult for me to see our palate reverting back to not wanting something that's all barley, that's an all malt beer, that has hops that we can taste. Like, I do think that evolution is just that. It's an evolution, not a trend. So at least that's what I tell myself when I can't sleep at night. Right. I'm like, no, this is an evolution, not a trend.
Well, then I'm betting against you, Justin, because I'm really hoping that happens again.
The scary part is that beer drinking overall is down, but people drinking better beer is up.
Yeah.
So that's the shift that kind of scares me a little bit, even though I don't have a dog in this race at all.
Everyone's brewing pilsners now, and so I think that you get a craft brew pilsner. I think Russian River made a pilsner. And I just had one a moment ago from
Iron Springs.
Iron Springs brought out a pilsner. Obviously, Firestone Walker has an amazing one. So that it would be the natural reaction to the market. Just brew a better pilsner than international light lager. Because that's really. Because what is it? What are you, 14, 20%? I forget.
Oh, now. Not even, I think. Still.
Whatever the market is. So we have 80% of the world doesn't want to drink sour beer. So that basically means we got to brew something that they're approachable, but you can do it in the right way. I brew Pilsner at Thirsty Bear because, one, I like it, and two, it can be done right. You know, and so, and it can be full of flavor, and it can have a huge amount of hop aroma, and all these wonderful things that you want from a good craft beer can be found in like Pilsner. And it's also one of those things where people just say, I just want, well, a golden, refreshing beer. You know?
Yeah.
And so, and that's 80% of the market. You know, they want that. So you give it to them, but you give it to them in a better form.
Yeah.
You know, so that's kind of the way I look at it.
Well, and if I can also make a comment to that, too, as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, one thing that Kushel from Speakeasy had actually mentioned in the interview is that it's about the quality of the drunk. You know, it's laughable, it's funny.
Yeah.
You know, but if you're drinking a good quality beer, you're going to feel good. You're going to feel better about yourself. You know, if you drink something like Budweiser, well, you know, you're...
I feel worse about myself.
Or, you know...
That's why I like Modelo so much.
I will say,
myself.
I went to a friend's wedding in Mexico last year, and we just drank for a week, and we did not drink quality beer. And I've never been so hungover in my life. I think it definitely affects your hangovers, that's for sure.
Yeah. You feel like crap, you know, but you're drinking a good quality, well-made beverage, you know, well-made beer. And you're going to feel good while you're drinking it. You're going to feel good when you wake up, hopefully. And
well, better.
Let's
Say better than I did.
You know,
better than I did in Mexico.
Hopefully, it didn't offend anybody. That you know.
In fact, I'm going to write a book called "Better Than I Did in Mexico," and it's going to be about all the things that are.
It could be anything, any topic.
Right. Craft beer, a better hangover.
Prostitutes, car mechanics.
Better than I did in Mexico.
There's a lot of things, food,
every time.
A lot of things in Mexico you can cover there.
Brenden, how long have you been brewing beer?
Professionally, about 20 years.
No kidding.
No kidding. I got my first job in 1996 at a place called Monterey Brewing Company, which is, ironically enough, in Hunters Point.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a bunch of old dairy equipment, and what the hell did that brewery? He bought it from a brewery up north, like Mad River.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was called Monterey Brewing Company. It failed in Monterey. He bought the equipment. And we put it in a warehouse in Hunters Point.
Yeah,
and tried to make these beers. It lasted about 6 months, but that experience got me into the American Brewers Guild.
Okay,
so I went.
And you didn't get stabbed.
I didn't. No. Did I get stabbed at Hunters Point? You mean?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, good.
It's all good. I mean, it's funny thing about Hunters Point is there's like beaches down there, and it's like
yeah.
They're going to redevelop it. It's not going to be Hunters Point anymore. Just a side thing. But behind the warehouse, there was a beautiful sandy beach.
Oh,
it's
no kidding.
Praise Point.
They have to change.
No, they're going to call it
something like Glistening Cove or something.
It's going to be called
Sunny Shores.
The Shipyard is actually the redevelopment name for it.
That's a good name.
Yeah, it is what it is. But that's the first job I got back in 1996.
Okay.
You know, and the sad thing, it's like Hunter's, I forgot the guy's first name, but Hunter was his last name. You know, now it's like, okay, you're going to go there and you get hunted. You know?
It does feel that
That's
way.
what I mean. You call it Prey Point, and that's more accurate.
It's very empowering.
Yeah. The Albion Brewery is out at Hunters Point, and I've been in that building, actually, and that's something that's featured in the movie. It's something I didn't know about. It's a really cool building. If you ever come to San Francisco and you get a chance to see it, I got to see the inside of it because we were working on the TV show back then. And he had dug, well, you'll see it in the movie, but he had dug these caves, basically, below the brewery to store beer, to lager beer, I would assume.
And get water.
And then get water. They ultimately filled with water.
Yeah.
There's a lot of legends now about like parties in the 60s that happened in these caves that sound awesome to me.
Yeah, there's
by the
pictures
way.
of naked hippies in the pool now, and it's like
Right?
straight out of Lord of the Rings.
It's
man,
so
because
cool.
it's like this cave filled with water.
Yeah.
Cave of Wonders.
It's a trip. Definitely, well, I hate to say this, but Google it and look at it because the images from New Albion,
yeah.
From Albion Brewing Brewing Company. It's a beautiful building.
Yeah,
and
it is.
And it's like, masonry, and it's just dug, they dug, I don't know how many feet, but it's got a well underneath.
Yeah.
And he brewed beer. He brewed English style ales.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. He did ales.
1890, was that what it was?
Orders.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
But it's an incredible place.
Well, you can learn more about it if you watch the movie, and it's just So we have a rich history here. I'm glad somebody tackled it and actually got it out there in front of us. So you can go to brewersbythebay.com right now, and you can buy your tickets. And as soon as they reach the limit, there will be an official release in San Francisco, I would hope.
Yeah, nice.
You guys will get it there. Hoping for May, and we'll get all the beer nerds like us out there and check it out. Go to brewersbythebay.com. Guys, thanks for coming in.
Yeah, thank you.
And
thank you, Justin.
Real fast, my favorite part of the film, Fritz Maytag.
Yeah.
Talking about how he came up with the term microbrew.
Oh, yeah.
And that
Don't give too much of it
I'm
away.
not going to. I'm not
You're
going
right.
to. It's a great nugget. He's never dropped it on our show before.
Yeah,
Mark
you're right.
Carpenter's never dropped it on our show before, and I hope they both break their hips because of this.
Because they didn't give us the scoop.
Right, but it was so just, and he just drops it in super matter of fact. Like,
Yep.
This is just what it is, and you're kind of like sitting there, and he's still talking about some other thing of Anchor history, and you're kind of going, wow, this is really where it happened. This man was really the hub of everything, and you hear it, but until you hear what he did, and he actually came up with terms.
And the person
beer
he
style.
got it from, who was his friend, according to the interview. Fascinating stuff.
Yeah, pretty amazing.
He's kind of a baller.
He's pretty iconic in his own right.
Did you ask him what his thoughts were on indie beer?
No, I wasn't there. It wasn't me.
Not you. I'm not even talking to you.
He's just cross-eyed. When are you going to learn?
We don't want to piss him off. I mean,
okay.
Indie beer.
Yeah, that's the new craft beer.
Is it? Because
that's right.
He got online and said,
Craft is dead.
Craft is
Craft
dead.
is dead.
So now it's indie beer?
Indie beer.
Oh,
I guess,
come on.
Let the fourth wave begin.
I think InBev owns Craft now, right, guys? I mean,
Is that what it is? Yeah. I don't know if I like that.
I don't like it at all.
I hear that.
It's a little too hipstery.
Yeah.
Right.
For me.
It's everything that beer shouldn't be.
Right. It's everything
Indie
that
beer.
I didn't like about craft beer.
It's
now
douchey.
just concentrated in indie beer.
But
It's
here's what
douchey
now,
and starch
I
collar.
Now I
God.
can see its place. I see if it's not just somebody being a hipster who came up with it. It's because breweries are getting bought, right? And so there are
It's a reaction to
independent
that.
breweries, and then there are what you could, I guess, still call craft breweries that are 75 to 100% owned by Anheuser-Busch.
Can I raise my hand here?
Et cetera, and so
You can just talk.
Yeah, whatever. Why can't we just call them microbreweries?
Why can't we just call them? Why can't we just call them breweries?
Well,
Right,
but
yeah.
this is what I'm saying. This is why I'm giving it 1 point of credence here. Is that so? Ballast Point is still a microbrewery, but they're not an independent brewery, for example.
Right.
So that's where I'm saying maybe that's where this indie brewery thing is coming.
I guess, but then you have the thing like Southern Tier or like the conglomeration that Oscar Blues is part of buying another brewery. So they're all technically craft unquote breweries.
Yeah.
But they're just
Not
a giant
either.
Well, it's kind of like the black IPA. You know, what do we call this thing? You know, Cascade Ale or
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
I don't know if you like that beer over there, but
Was that what a black IPA?
No, I don't know.
It's an American black ale.
See, there you go.
Oh, Canadian dark ale? You love it, right? And it's independent.
It's all marketing. It's all marketing.
It's got marketing. I drank it all.
Yeah.
Before I knew what it was. I'm ready for a refill.
Oh, God.
All right, we're going to take a break.
Okay.
Thank you guys for coming on the program.
No,
go
thank
to
you, brother.
brewersbythebay.com
Thank
and
you,
check it
Justin.
out. Support it and go out and watch it. And then I'm sure after the release, for those of you listeners who are not in the state of California, there's going to be some sort of online version you're going to be able to pay for or check out or something. So stay tuned to Brewers by the Bay, right?
Very cool.
you got it. Yeah, there's actually on the Indiegogo page, there is a section if you want to pay. I think it's like $1,500 for a perk. I'll come out and bring my 20-foot screen and my HD projector and show this thing off. And
Wow.
Oh, that's cool.
$1,500.
Wow. Yeah.
Plus airfare.
That's including airfare. That includes all inclusive.
All right.
Yeah, and
some listener in England right now.
anywhere in the country, $2,500 gets you anywhere in the world.
Yeah, you think this guy has a passport? Come on.
I'm waiting for one right now.
Pretty sure you're on the do not fly list.
It's very possible.
Hey, we're going to play a game after the break. If you guys want to stick around, you're welcome to do that.
Actually, you need
Why
to.
not? I'm drinking.
It'll be fun. We're going to play a game that we like to call the Rate Beer Game.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Where you're going to have to guess the rate. And listen, we don't like rating sites either. So this is how the game came up. We're more guessing what the idiots who rated these things.
Based on the label?
Or whatever else. So stick with us.
Yeah.
When we come back, we'll do the rating game. We're going to take a short break. Thanks to Brenden, Dobel, and Jared Stutts. Check out Brewers by the Bay. We'll be right back.
Cheers.
You're listening to the Brewcasters.
On the Brewing Network.
That's it. I've had it. I am
never putting hops in my beer again.
What? Why?
It's just too ridiculous. Insane prices, stupid contracts, high shipping costs, crappy selection.
Dude, you need Nico Brew.
Nico Brew will rock your f***ing face right the f*** off your f***ing skull. $5 shipping to all 50 states, plus fantastic international rates get you low prices on Nico Brew's great selection of hops and more. Whether you're a home brewer, a pro brewer, or a homebrew shop owner, Nico Brew can get you the hops you need in increments big and small, single orders, spot buys, or full contracts. And there's only one place to join the uber special secret elite bare bones club where you'll get the best deals anywhere.
Holy shit!
NicoBrew.com. NIKOBREW. Nico Brew, your bare bones buddy in the brewing business.
Do you know the 3 most important rules in brewing? Sanitation, sanitation, and sanitation. And no one does it better than 5-Star Chemicals. 5-Star knows sanitation. You can only sanitize clean equipment. And 5-Star knows how to clean, too. For craft brewers and home brewers, 5-Star has what you need to keep your fermenters, serving tanks, kegs, and draft lines sparkling and free of any beer-spoiling bacteria. PBW, caustic, acid cleaners, Star San, SaniClean, lubricants and defoamers, pH stabilizers, and more. 5-Star Chemicals has cleaning supplies, safety supplies, heat exchangers, pumps, hoses, and valves. And 5-Star is proud to offer eco-friendly products that exceed customer expectations. If you have a cleaning problem, you need the 5-Star solution. Visit 5starchemicals.com or call 800-782-7019. 800-782-7019 and get the 5-Star treatment today.
Williams Brewing is your online resource for prompt delivery of quality home brewing supplies. Since 1979, Williams Brewing has offered the finest equipment and the freshest ingredients, backed by the best customer service in the business. Do you like to mash using efficient fly sparging, but would like an easy way to heat your strike and sparge water? Enter the new Brewer's Edge electric mash water heater, a plug-in, anywhere, precisely controlled heater for strike and sparge water. Ditch the fumes and second burner and make mashing easy. Go to williamsbrewing.com today and browse their vast selection. That's williamsbrewing.com. Orders placed by 4 p.m. Pacific Time weekdays ship the same day. Brewing is easy the Williams way.
Are you looking for a simple brewing system that's great for all grain brewing, but everything on the market seems to be full of compromises? Blickman Engineering has the answer. The Blickman Brew Easy All Grain Brewing System. The Brew Easy is a complete system with easy upgrades and a beautiful compact design, perfect for any size brewing location. At its core, the Brew Easy is built on 2 gorgeous Blickman Boilermaker brew kettles, a high-temperature March pump, and either a top-tier gas burner or the new Boil Coil electric heater. The Brew Easy adapter lid allows the pots to stack on top of each other, forming an efficient, strong, and compact brewing setup that comes in 5, 10, and 20-gallon batch sizes. Upgrade your Brew Easy system with full automated control by adding a Blickman Tower of Power temp controller, and make moving around easy with the Blickman Kettle Cart. The Brew Easy is modular. If you already own a Boilermaker kettle, you can build your Brew Easy by purchasing just the modules you need. The new Brew Easy all-grain brewing system. See it today at BlickmanEngineering.com and brew with Blickman quality on your new Brew Easy. Brewing great beer is a process of continuous learning, and the best books on every aspect of brewing can be found at Brewers Publications, with more than 50 awesome titles like Modern Homebrew Recipes by Gordon Strong, Designing Great Beers, the Ultimate Guide to Brewing Classic Beer Styles by Ray Daniels, American Sour Beers, Innovative Techniques for Mixed Fermentations by Michael Tonsmeyer, For the Love of Hops, The Practical Guide to Aroma, Bitterness, and the Culture of Hops by Stan Hieronymus, and Radical Brewing, Recipes, Tales, and World-Altering Meditations in a Glass by Randy Mosher, plus many, many more. These are the books and the authors with the knowledge to push your brewing farther than you thought possible. And you'll find them all at fine homebrew and book retailers everywhere. And visit the website at brewerspublications.com. Brewers Publications, all the best on beer and brewing.
You're tuned into this session.
Because life's too short to listen to crappy radio.
All right, welcome back to the program, and thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks to the guys from Brewers by the Bay who are still with us. They're going to play the rate game, the rate beer game that we're about to do. Before we get to that, don't forget about our good friends over at Great Fermentations, beer and wine making supplies. You can go to greatfermentations.com right now and check them out. And they got all sorts of great brew kits that you can check out. Plus, they're the biggest online retailer of Blickman products that you'll find. So you can get your Blickman stuff, which, by the way, Blickman has just been going nuts in the last couple years with great homebrew equipment. And they have the largest catalog of his products on the web. They provide same-day shipping on some of the main items, and a lot of vendors take up to 3 weeks for that. So you might want to check these guys out if you're a Blickman fan or if you want to see some new stuff. The staff is also some of the best trained using Blickman products, and they offer top-notch customer service. So if you're looking for a new homebrew shop, or if you just didn't remember that Great Fermentations is a Blickman master homebrew shop, go check them out. They even carry the new Anvil line of brewing equipment, which is with Blickman is behind, and John Palmer too.
That sounds heavy duty.
Yeah, the Anvil line of brewing equipment. Go to greatfermentations.com right now.
Why do you sound like Castiel from Supernatural? Right now?
I'm sick. Because I have something going wrong inside me. Basically,
we can have a Jack Bauer off all day long.
Yeah. All right. So I think I got this game all nailed down, except for how to keep score. That's going to be the...
I won.
Yeah. So Brenden wins.
I will win.
Every time.
Every time. 60% of the time.
Every time, 60% of the time. Well, let's play the game here.
Live from the Brewing Network studios at the Hop Grenade in downtown Concord, California, it's the Rating Game.
Who's that?
Here's your host, Justin Crosley.
That's right. I'm your host of the Rating Game here on the Brewing Network. Now, you all know brewers either cringe or don't cringe, or brewers love or hate this.
Yeah.
Rate beer sites, rating sites, where people like us, just your average consumer, go on. They taste
Nothing
the beer,
about us.
and they go. We've seen you, JP.
Wait a minute.
We just spent a week on a cruise, JP.
60% average.
Yeah, that gets a 75 out of 100 for me.
100% of the time, you're 60% average.
Pinky out and all.
That's bullshit.
So people go on and they rate beers on a scale of 0 to 100, and and I think brewers agree, think it's fascinating sometimes what the score ends up being on some of these beers. In fact, Brenden, I think, joked before the show that are we scoring the label or are we scoring the beer?
Yeah.
Are we scoring the marketing? What are we scoring here? And sometimes when you read through these, you find yourself questioning the
You
same
read
thing.
through some of these idiotic comments these people put on there.
Yeah.
And their score should be cut in half anyway. That's half importance.
This 8-month-old IPA has no hop character.
Well, I think you might be interested to find out the scores of the selection of beers I brought you today. So here is the name of the game. I will list a commercial beer. It'll be one that we all know. Maybe you didn't try it recently, but you'll know the name. We don't pick obscure beers here.
We can still rate it.
The goal, now this part's important, the goal is to pick what you think people rated it, what people rated it, not what you would rate it. Because if you give me the answer that you would rate the beer, which I might ask you, but that's sort of off, that's not part of the game, you're probably going to be wrong. So you're trying to remember the last time you were on a rating site and what the people were rating things, and guess what they rate stuff. And sometimes we get brewers in here who spend a lot of time on the rating sites, and man, they nail it to a T. Like they know how people think. So you're trying to get the score about how people think, not how you think. think. Although I'll probably ask you for your rating as a side note, because that's fun to figure out what people do.
Yeah. Do you have an example?
So an example, sure. Let's do that. Well, an easy one that we like to do here.
Do we have the actual beer in front of us?
Is
no,
because it doesn't matter, because that would mean you would be rating it based on your palate, which is irrelevant.
Oh, my subjective opinion.
We don't give a shit, Brenden.
We don't care.
What we're thinking about is what other people rated it. So you're strictly going by the name of the beer, and you'll probably know the beer.
Yep.
So that's going to help. But here, as an example, oh boy, we'll go Sierra Nevada Pale Ale, right? So this is Sierra Nevada Pale Ale in a bottle or can. They had to add can now.
Yeah.
What about draft?
So we'll just, we'll go around the room. It's at a 0 to 100. What do we think Sierra Nevada Pale Ale got rated as? JP?
I would guess that's pretty popular. It's been around a long time, and, they haven't really changed their recipe because people would freak out. So I would say at least 92.
All right.
Yeah.
Beardy, what do you think?
That's what I was going to say.
92.
That's why I hate you.
You can choose the same score.
Oh, we can?
For now, and then I'll explain what the scoring system is. Doc, what do you think?
Yeah, maybe even a little higher in the 90s because, it's a popular beer that everybody has, and nobody wants to rate that low. So
you're going to get flamed.
Right.
You don't even like Sierra Nevada.
So Doc gets it. He's thinking about the crowd.
Yeah, I see where you're going.
Yeah.
There you go.
So what do you think?
I don't know. Then they wouldn't rate 94-ish, something like that.
All right, Jared?
I was going to say about 95.
Okay. And Brenden?
This game is assuming that you're basically giving somebody a labeled product, they look at it and they drink it.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not a blind test.
Got it. If it's not a blind test, then yes, it would be in the high 90s.
Okay.
If it was in a brown bottle.
Okay. But it's labeled. They know exactly what it is. Give me a number, exact number.
Okay, I would say 92 for the sake of this.
All right, Jared nailed it. It's rated a 95. But you're all in the same ballpark, so you're right. That's why this is a good starting beer. This is what people do. So if I were to throw something out like Coors Light, right? Now Coors Light is a great example of an American light lager, but don't think like that. You need to think about what the people who use a rating beer site would think. And so that is probably somewhere down in the... In
4! I give it a 4! Isn't it like 52 or something?
I thought it was 70 something.
No.
Didn't we do that one?
It's a 4 because who drinks the swill?
L-I-T-E or I think it's like
Miller. 2.
L-I-G-H-T for Coors.
Who drinks fizzy yellow beer?
They have a reputation to uphold.
Wow, it might not have a rating.
They probably pay people to rate
it has
high.
an overall rating of 0.
Oh.
What does?
Coors Light.
Really? No one's rated it. Okay.
They must have removed that or something. That's weird.
You got to be bros, dude.
Anyhow, you get the idea. Okay, so you're thinking about how people rate the beer.
Right.
Now, the way the scoring works is it's kind of like golf. So the higher your score, the
better
worse
you do.
The worse you do.
Shit.
So what you're going to do is, in your example, Brenden, you gave Sierra Nevada a 92, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
It was actually a 95. Mm-hmm. That gives you a score of 3.
Okay.
Jared would have left the first round with a score of 0. He's still putting par because he
better than
nailed it.
golf.
Yeah. So that's how the score works. It's the difference between what the actual score was and what you guessed it was. And of course, when the math comes out, that's why I need help.
We're doing like a 9-round course here. Or?
All we got is 5 beers.
Carry the.
You want me to keep score? I can do math.
Yes.
In
you
your
want to
head?
keep score?
I just need a pen and paper.
That's hard to come by around here.
Unless you want me to just carve it on my arm.
How about a dick in your eye? Will that be okay?
Yeah.
There you go. You need a pen, too?
Preferably.
There you go. All right.
Thank you.
All right. Are we ready? I already played the intro, so we must be ready.
Now I see where you come from.
What do you mean?
Put your dick in my eye. Yeah.
Works every time. All right. Your first beer tonight is... Oh, she's kind of cute out there. Oh, sorry, guys.
That's your reflection, idiot.
I'm kind of
with the wavy hair.
Not overly cute,
doable, tolerable.
You might have a chance.
You are taking yourself home.
If I had a few beers, I'm not going to kick myself out of bed.
That's true.
Let's rate it.
Um,
You'll stay in bed.
Because you'd be too lazy to leave.
Stop too fucking lazy to leave. All right, that's the beauty of the window. See, it used to be just my bedroom, and in a house in Pacheco, we had to do the show. And now, every now and then, we get some hot chicks I get to look at.
I'm feeling really uncomfortable.
Because you can't see out the window. Let's be honest, Brendan. Your first beer tonight is Stone Go-To IPA. Kind of new to the scene. A lot of people talking about it. The Stone Go-To IPA.
Okay.
That's your beer. I'm going to start with JP over here. What you think the rating of that beer is?
Well, everyone drops loads over Stone beers.
No, they love them.
They fucking love them. And anyways, I'm going to say, having never had it, 94.
A 94, okay. Brenden?
I got dropping loads, totally on Stone Brewing all the time.
Yeah.
I give it 96.
96
Wow.
Bumps it up a little bit.
Yeah.
It is a very popular beer.
What does it
right
take
now.
to get to 100, though?
Have you had it?
No, I have not.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, again, I think just
I
because
haven't
it's
seen a
Stone.
100-point beer. I haven't been playing this game too long, but I haven't seen one yet. However,
is this like BGCP kind of thing? Where
no, it's just normal. They average out like the normal consumers.
The punters
are out there.
But but you have to assume there's a bunch of people who love Stone and taste the Stone IPA and gave it 100.
Yeah,
it's probably maybe
they're in Berlin. It doesn't get any cooler than that.
It's pretty cool.
It's going to raise their
that is pretty cool.
beer rate. Yeah,
you speak German, if I remember right.
I do.
Did you go to school there? You're from? I forget.
A long time. Yeah, in '97 I studied in Germans, and then I spent about a year in Bavaria.
Okay, that's right.
Working at various brewing and malting houses.
I almost forgot that. Yeah. Fluent in German. Although your German's, I've heard you speak it. I don't mean you're not fluent. You have an accent. It's
bayerisch. Ich rede bayerisch.
Okay. Yeah.
Ein bisschen Hochdeutsch from the Schule, aber meistens ist es bayerisch.
I always felt like you're like Al Pacino giving me speaking German
with a touch of Frankish.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it's more De Niro. And it's De Niro speaking German is what it sounds like.
Yeah, it is.
All right, Jared, what do you think?
What do you got, Jared?
Okay, well, it seems like everybody has an orgasm after, when Stone is mentioned. I'm going to go with 99.
Whoa.
Big 99. You're not cheating over there,
No.
Okay.
My eyes, I need glasses to see that far.
You're throwing that out right away.
I feel like I'm being pissy about this, though.
Yeah.
I thought about it.
I'm going lower. I'm going 88. I think it's new, and someone's got to poo-poo it for a while.
Yeah.
Because it's new.
So that's you? You're going to poo-poo it?
Yeah. What did you give it, Doc? I forgot.
88.
88. Okay. All right.
The beard?
I'm going to stick with 92. It worked so well last time.
Okay.
You lost. It was 95 last time, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
Can I change?
No.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, I enjoy a good Stone beer. As a matter of fact, I love the guys who run the company and like most of their beers, too. However, I would not have given this beer the score that it actually has, which is a 99.
Wow.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
He is cheating.
Stone Go-To IPA is knocking out a 99 right now.
Is it because not that many people have rated it?
I could look that up.
Wow.
It's a good question. Bevo?
So, Justin, you're not playing. I don't need to keep track of...
No.
I'm going to cross you out then.
Actually, Justin's going to guess a 99.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Justin, you got it right.
Let's see how many ratings it has. Stone Go-To IPA. All of a sudden, it's not here. Oh, you know what? It went down since I looked at it earlier today.
No, hold on.
Right. Yeah.
And I swear to God, because I remember being shocked that it was a 99. As of this moment, it's a 96.
Wow! Oh, Brendan's right.
It has 1,025 ratings.
Jeez.
So
oh my gosh.
it's getting rated, and as of this moment, it's a 96.
Okay, so now which number are we going to go
We're going to
with?
go with 96.
You have to.
It's certainly possible that I screwed it up, for one, or that it changed. So
yeah.
What is the commercial? What is the commercial description of the beer, by the way?
Oh, well. Oh, it's right there. Oh, see, you know yourself. It's no secret we helped create and popularize West Coast-style IPAs.
Fair enough.
Since 97. Double IPAs since 2000. And triple IPAs since 06. In fact, IPAs of every ilk imaginable are our bread and hop butter at Stone Brewing Company.
Hop butter.
But we'll be the first to admit that a night of subsisting solely on big IPAs can be a short one. Enter Stone Go-To IPA, our session IPA. Do you want more?
Hops. What do you got in there?
Session IPA. Hoppy beer. No.
Yeah, they're probably not going to get that up.
Nothing.
Okay, move on.
It just talks
I'll
about
take my victory and walk out.
It talks about its bitter, citrusy, piney flavor. So, all right. You getting scores, Beard?
Oh, I'm already ready.
All right. So well done, everybody. Sorry to strip you away from your perfect score, Jared.
Okay. Right.
But you know what? I feel like I'll double check everyone after we do it. Firestone Pale 31, my favorite pale ale on earth. Throwing that out there.
Okay.
Beardy, we're going to start on your end of the table this time.
Pale 31. That's got to be really high. I would think like 96. I'm going to go with 96.
All right.
I have faith in the average beer consumer for once.
Why?
Turning over a new leaf, I guess.
All right, good.
Jesus, you guys are terrible.
All right, Doc?
I'm going pretty high on that one. I'm going to go 98.
Okay. Jared?
I'm going to go with 92.
All right. I think Jared spent some time.
That's a good number. I used to use that one.
Brenden?
So we got 96, 98, 92. I'm going to do a 95. If that is not available, I will take 95.
It's available.
Trebek.
What beer are we doing again?
Get what the program is.
We're doing The Rapist for 700.
I was looking up dank memes on the internet.
Why don't you listen in to the show?
No, really, what beer were we doing?
Palais 31. Maybe you've heard of it.
I'm gonna go lower than all these other fools because I feel like people nowadays need to be shocked into tasting something rather than appreciating malt. So I'm gonna say 91. No, I'm going to say 89.
Whoa!
Oh!
Now
daring.
You're thinking of what you scored or what people are scoring
No, what
it?
people are scoring it.
Okay,
I think that beer is great, but I don't think it's hoppy or bitter enough
89
to appeal to these idiots who spend time on the computer.
Lupulin thresholds.
All right, well, let me just look it up on the site just in case I screwed it up when I did it earlier.
I would love if it's 31.
I think I made a mistake.
In the name.
The official score is... Oh, wait. Now I got to... 91.
Oh, I should have done 91!
A 91.
God, can I change my answer
That
back to
makes
91?
the closest person Jared.
Yeah, why did I leave 92?
God. Had it!
Although you did okay with your 89.
But I had 91.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well,
you Cicero.
Shoulda, woulda,
fuck
coulda.
out of that one.
All right. All right, you guys ready for this one? I'm not sure if any of you have had this beer.
Good.
So read the description.
Yeah.
Cigar City High Lie IPA. It's their flagship IPA. It's the one that they put out in cans all the time. A couple of us might have had it in Florida. I know I did.
Yeah, I did.
So Cigar City High Lie IPA. Cigar City recently in the news, of course.
Yeah, they got bought
by
Fireman
Oscar Blues.
Well, no, they're a conglomeration now.
Yeah,
partnership.
Well, it's probably the finance company owned by Oscar Blues. I didn't read into it, but it's essentially Oscar Blues, right?
No, it's Oscar Blues and a couple other breweries formed an LLC, and that alliance bought Cigar City. Yeah.
What are the other couple breweries? Is it in the beer news tonight?
No, it was in a couple weeks ago when the news actually broke.
Right.
The news only broke like a week ago.
No, I covered it.
Yeah, it was last week.
Yeah, last week. Cigar City got bought last week.
Warren, fuck off. I had him going. That I was better.
I mean, weeks ago.
You always fucking ruin my shit. Get out of town.
Sorry.
Go scuba diving somewhere.
You wanted a sidekick.
I'm just curious who the other breweries are.
I can tell you.
All right, well, you're going to start with Cigar City High Lie IPA.
Fuck if I know. I'm going to say 89.
Just think about
I have no idea.
You can make an educated guess on this.
Yeah, 89.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Brenden.
Again, Cigar City, very popular. On the news right now. That'll influence people's perception. I'm going to go high. I'm going to give it a 96.
Okay. You all know what High Lie is? Does anybody know? I know you must know.
Yes, I do.
It's martial arts,
right?
right?
High Lie is?
No, it's not.
You'll feel like that after you drink
life?
It is High Lie.
High Lie.
Yes, Bevo. It's their example of high life.
Oh, Miller.
It's the champagne of good
crap
beer.
beer.
Theirs is the brute of beers. Is what it is.
Excellent.
High Highlight, I only know this because of my East Coast Italian family, is a game, I hope it still exists. It's a professional game much like lacrosse. But with lacrosse, you just have that net and you just kind of throw it around. It's not that tough. With Highlight, it's a hook.
It's
and
a
when you
basket.
swing it hurt. Like, people die if you get hit in the head.
It's in the intro to Miami Vice.
And you gamble on it. It's a game. It's a sport that you go bet on.
It's in a court, too.
About how many people survive?
My aunt Gloria it's in an indoor court like racquetball, although it's big.
Yeah.
My aunt Gloria used to love going and betting on Highlight. Like, that was her thing.
It's a Basque game, right? From the Basque or the Portuguese, I forget.
I think it's Portuguese.
I think it's, yes, I don't know which.
Something like that.
All I know is that it's big in Atlantic
Dothraki,
City.
I think.
Yeah, and it's a gnarly game.
Some sort of like basket is involved.
But it's a good homage to Florida, too, which is why I think they did it. All right, so anyhow, 96 from Brenden. Jared, what do you think?
Can I ask a couple questions?
Sure. I can't promise any answers.
I don't know.
What are the IBUs?
I don't know.
Okay. Do you have any idea what the cost is per can?
I have no idea.
Okay. These all.
I believe I paid something like
$11
about
for that can?
$10.99 a six pack when I was
can?
there. Yeah.
They ever had it in the can?
That is different.
Yeah.
Tasty crack cans.
I'm going to go pretty high on this one. I'm going to say 99.
Again with the 99.
Daring.
So I can't figure out who else is in Fireman Capital Partners, but they bought a stake in Dunkin' Donuts in 2014.
They are making great choices in life.
I thought you reported on it.
Well, I didn't go through the list of everybody else. But Fireman Capital Partners are the people.
Oh my God!
They also own Salt Lake Brewing Company
and Hot English Chicks
and Hot English Chicks.
Union Jacks.
Surfside Coffee Company.
I love that.
Some sort of running shoe fucking deal.
Look at that.
They own a bunch of shit.
Then why did the headline say Oscar Blues?
Because they're a part of the thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Interesting.
Oscar Blues is trying to diversify.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
And probably
That's a smart move.
because beer companies buying other beer companies is what's news right now.
It's sexier.
Well, and that's the spin. Yeah. It's better to look like they got acquired by Oscar Blues than by
Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, then they're competing with Rogue.
Yeah.
Well, we're all a bunch of capitalist pigs, apparently. So it's all good.
Well, and there were rumors that Anheuser-Busch was courting them in cigars. So they were like, no, that is false. And then once they got bought by Fireman, they go, yeah, they totally were trying to buy us, but they never gave us an offer, so we didn't sell to them.
Yeah. Interesting.
I love it.
Doc, what do you think?
What do you think, Doc?
About anything.
Everything. I'm going to
Do you have a
90,
thought?
94.
Okay.
94.
All right, and
I'm going to try 92 again.
Sticking with 92.
You'll get it right.
It worked out way better for Jared last round.
I remember when I used that number.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
How'd it do for you?
All right, let's
Not
see.
well.
Not well, no.
The actual score of Cigar City, God damn it, website, is... Hang in there. Oh, boy, it's a 99.
Oh!
Another 99.
Wow.
That's insane to me.
Jared, where's your phone? Let me see
in my pocket on airplane mode.
All right.
This is driving me to drink. Pass me my growler.
I need some beer, too. Maybe I need to start drinking more beer and all.
99.
Yeah, Highlight IPA with a big, fat 99. Commercial description. Highlight IPA pays tribute to the original extreme sport. Highlight, a game native to the Basque region of Spain. There you go, Brenden. It's played on a court called a fronton. There you go, Doc. Highlight players attempt to catch a ball using a curved mitt, whilst the ball travels at speeds of up to, ready, 188 miles per hour.
Oh, my God.
This is what I'm saying. It's like
off.
a gnarly game. Proving they have a sense of humor, the Spanish dubbed this game, with its ball traveling at race car speeds, the Merry Game. Anyway, Tampa was once home to a busy Highlight fronton, but sadly, the remains of Highlight in Tampa Bay area is the IPA. That's it.
Great.
I do hope it's still in Atlantic City, though. All right. Get a score check? We got 2 beers left.
Our guests are doing way better than we are.
Oh, interesting. That's never happened.
No, unusual. Doc's bringing up the rear with 20.
20. Okay.
I'm not far ahead with 16.
Okay.
JP's got 14. Brenden has 7.
I'm going to that tomorrow.
And Cheater McCheaterson has 4.
Okay. A 4. Wow. Look at the PGA Tour over here.
I said, if you saw me at my birthday playing golf,
All right, I brought out an oldie but a goodie for our next beer, and this is one of the beers that was one of my transition beers. Bridgeport IPA. You remember that beer?
Yeah, that was a great
It's still
beer.
around, right? I think it's still around.
It has to be. Bridgeport is.
And I
Wasn't
remember,
it bottle conditioned?
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say. I remember seeing on there that it was bottle conditioned, which I didn't know what the fuck that was at the time, but it was different. And then I looked it up, and I thought, oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And I bought many 6-packs of Bridgeport IPA. I
Okay.
liked that beer back in the day. So, Beardy, we'll go back to your end of the... Actually, no, we're going to go to Jared. First.
Put the pressure on him.
Start right with Jared, so he doesn't have any time on his little fancy watch.
No more shenanigans on airplane mode.
Look at, go ahead, please.
Yeah, it's an oldie but a goodie. I'm going to go with 84.
84. Okay.
It's not really too relevant these days, but
yeah, okay.
It's still damn good beer.
All right, Doc, what do you think? Bridgeport IPA, the old school.
Oh man, I'm gonna go 92 because I'm swinging all over the place. And
You might as well pick something, right?
I know.
You got that big swinging opinion.
Yeah.
No, I didn't even have my mic on for that.
Stupid idiot.
I was coughing.
You're so stupid.
Rookie move.
Yeah, Beardy, what do you think?
I'm going to go with 82.
82. From 92 to 82.
Yeah.
People are trying to copy me.
Well, you've been getting them all right.
Yeah.
Brendan?
Didn't it come out in 1988?
There you
So
go.
I'm give it an 88. Only because it's old school, and this is nothing to do with the quality of the beer.
Yeah.
But,
What's what people think?
Well, what young people think, so I'm going to go with 88. That's the way I look at it.
JP?
I'm gonna say 81.
Oof.
Whoa.
I'm gonna say 81.
That's just rude, man.
Offensive.
Yeah.
I hope they're not listening right.
I know. That's what I feel right now.
They're huge sponsors.
If anyone's like...
We worried about that too. Like at first, it's like I don't want these brewers. That's why I make it so clear. It's not our rating.
Right.
It's what we think people.
What people think,
Yeah.
which is another.
We
problem.
think their customers suck.
Is this? Yeah.
Whatever that means.
All right. The actual. Damn it.
Dude, turn the mic on,
Wow.
bro.
The actual rating of a Bridgeport IPA, Brenden, is 88.
Not bad.
That's right.
Who's cheating now?
88. And now, I wasn't surprised by this score because it's what the people think.
Yeah.
Back in the day, I'd have given this sucker a 97.
Well,
I
but
really
things
enjoyed
shift
it. Yeah.
because back in the day, that was
Yeah.
the highlight of what IPAs could be. Now all the new hops and
I think, first of all, I think 88's a good score.
it's a great score.
Yeah.
I wish I got
second of
88s
all,
in school.
I think this is fairly accurate for this beer. This might be one of the scores we've seen that I think is fairly accurate. And,
Okay.
and yeah, an 88. I would buy an 88 beer all day long.
Yeah.
I think that's a good.
You
score.
got enough of them on tap out there.
Kevin's doing a great job.
What the fuck is happening? I dropped my mic, but it's on a stand.
Right.
No hands.
That's it. I'm taking another 2 months off.
You deserve it.
I don't need this shit.
Yeah.
What's our score check? Because maybe there are people who can't even come back unless there's some obscene difference in score.
Well, really, it's only between Brendan and Jared right now.
Is it? Well, let's let everybody play anyway.
Yeah.
Screw it. Okay. What are the scores?
Doc's still behind with 24.
Okay.
What?
I've got 22. JP's only one ahead with 21. And we have now it actually switched. Jared's in second place with 8.
Oh.
And Brendan has 7 now.
Oh, with your zero score?
Yeah, the
right
zero
there.
just swapped it.
And I'm a total Luddite too, so it's amazing that I'm winning this game. I don't know shit about these things.
Well, I think you're going to like my next beer. And I threw this one in there too because everybody knows it, but I think it's going to be a challenge to figure out what people think about it. And that is Newcastle Brown Ale.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, why not?
That's going to be hard.
Okay. Everyone knows it.
Imported in America.
Yes.
Oh, dude, you're fucked.
Bottles or cans?
Because most of the people who use the rating site, I think, are here. Just, I don't know. I could pick
Doesn't
one.
matter.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
Newcastle Brown Ale.
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
I got it.
The reaction I was hoping for. Yeah.
77.
I have to go to the
Okay.
bathroom.
I'm just going to jump off.
Wow. All right.
77.
All right, JP's coming in at a 77. Brendan, what do you think?
I'll meet you. I'm going to
I'm going to beat you.
Actually, hi, Brenden. Come on.
I'm going to scoot farther away.
No, I unfortunately, based on this rating system, I'm going to beat you at 76.
One under, huh?
One under.
I like your
even though
strategy.
it's undeserved, that's what I think.
Like your strategy. Jared?
I'm going to go with 64.
Oh,
whoa!
There's a lot of beer drinkers out there that don't really know the flavor, that beer is really popular.
Well,
I think some people might pick it up and be like, what is this? It's not, a brown
It's
ale.
no werewolf.
It's no werewolf. No.
Wasn't that a Christmas beer they came out
It was
with?
like the red IPA or some shit.
It's not.
It has something like American Werewolf of London logo on it.
Well, I mean, they have great
didn't
marketing.
buy
What's that marketing campaign with the chalice thing with the,
Well, Michael Jackson spoke highly of it back in 1976, so,
Yeah,
we've come a long way.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's dead and we're not. So
both.
Whoa, hey! All right, moving right along.
Okay.
Man.
Jesus.
The negativity.
Wow.
that's not negative. It's positive.
It's facts.
The most positive thing I've ever said in my life. Okay. We're still alive. And I like that.
That is tough.
Oh, yeah. That was one of my favorite beers.
I know you like this one.
And I think since it's been around such a long time, I'm going with what you were talking about people just not knowing what this beer should taste like.
Yeah.
They're thinking, that's not a brown ale. That's not a Janet's Brown.
No.
And, I'm going like a 72 probably.
72?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because people
Good
just don't
year.
get it.
Hey, plus, it suffers on the way over here.
It does, too.
Man, I've had Nuki Brown in the old days. I'm like, you know what? I'm sure this is a brilliant beer up in northern England, but on a shelf in the World Food Market, man, it's just not a good beer.
Well, and that's why I thought what
Whole Food Market. What
JP
the hell's
asked
that
about
place called?
cans or bottles
Whole
is actually a
Paychecks?
pretty valid question. I couldn't answer it because I don't know. But yeah, because then you get it like on tap or in a can.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
it's
drink
a
it
solid
Yankee
beer,
Brown
obviously.
anytime.
But,
Even in bottles, I was drinking that more often than not on the cruise.
Okay. Yeah.
It tastes great.
Well, actually, when we went to Sierra, they might have mentioned that the type of hops that they use,
the same kind of hop oil that Miller uses now, maybe.
Well, but he mentioned Newcastle in this particular case are not affected by light, and I think maybe that's part of the Newcastle Brown clear bottle thing. Clearly not part of the Heineken green bottle thing. But I seem to remember when we just went to beer camp, his example was not Miller, but was...
I think it was both.
Okay.
Because they took
Newcastle,
that... I think I know in Miller and High Life, they took that compound out of the extract.
Right.
The hop extract they use.
Yeah.
And I think he said that Newcastle's doing it now... They didn't always.
Okay.
But I don't know. I mean,
you seem to be making things up. I don't know.
This is the problem with them making us drink so much is that we don't get to remember
I know, we don't get
all
to
the
remember.
things that they told us.
We did have a cameraman there.
Are you saying that Are you saying that Newcastle has improved the recipe and based on their hop isomerization like compounds to export to America?
That is his claim.
In the last 5 years?
That is JP's claim.
No, that is my...
That's his official claim.
I will fucking... I'll bet my life on it.
Yeah.
I'll bet my life on it. Call Byron right now. Get his ass on
Let's call Byron up at Sierra. Beardy, what's your number?
Well, I'm ever the optimist, so I'm going to say 78 and just be the highest.
You are the optimist.
All right.
Somebody's going to walk away.
Listen, we got to have both, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
All right. Let's find out. Newcastle Brown Ale.
I don't like the direction of this show.
And,
I don't like the
Because Justin's back?
Yeah. Oh, shit. Ouch.
How bad?
Oh, no.
58.
It's going to be some high scores in this game. It's a 35.
Oh!
A 35. Now, this
a classic example of the style.
This is why this game is this game.
Yeah.
Because there are times when you just go, what the...
How many ratings does it say?
Like 2 million?
3,712 ratings gave this beer an average of 35 points. And I don't agree with that at all.
No, it's stupid.
No.
Well, you got a little math to do over there now, Beardy.
Gosh.
That's still the same comparison winner-wise, but you guys just went from low scores to high scores with that.
I try out optimism, and this is what it does for me.
You got to the 18th hole and a couple bogeys and something in the water.
Join the dark side, Warren. I keep trying to tell you.
Yeah, like we all need to take a big, happy vacation vacation in Newcastle, England.
Yeah.
I said 30.
I'll drink to that.
35?
Yeah.
Is that on the Scottish border? I forget.
That's ruthless.
Is that where, like Def Leppard comes or something like that?
They should have a lowest scores list. They have a highest scores
that's
list.
Sheffield,
I would
actually.
love to see a lowest scores list and see what did worse than this.
I mean, that's just fucking stupid.
That's rude.
I mean, that's people again who don't know what they're doing. They'll grab they'll grab it off the shelf in Safeway,
right,
or in a liquor store that's been sitting on the floor for 6 months. You wipe the dust off the neck.
Does that happen every single time? I mean, you know.
I mean, you buy this brand at Bevmo, which it doesn't have refrigeration. It sits there, and you buy it, and it's a damaged product. It's in a clear bottle. It's expired. It's fucked.
By the way,
distribution kills the beer, man.
Well, just to put a point on the style, though, a lot of brown ales not scoring well. Very few in the 90s, as I'm looking through here. A lot in the 70s. I think it also is something to say for the Acme California Brown Ale.
Oh, yeah.
I love that beer.
48.
Wow.
That's insane.
Okay,
that
now
beer
that's
was
not
amazing.
something that's suffering over here. So,
well, they don't brew it anymore. If that helps make your point.
Acme doesn't.
I brewed a brown ale at Thirsty Bear for a number of
Acme?
years, and we had to let it go because people didn't like the word brown.
You know, and I've heard that
and
from
that's
a lot
kind
of
the
people.
point
Yeah.
I'm trying to make. Yeah, that people
And
won't.
it's a great beer. It's got some nice malt, toast, all these great things about it. It's very sessionable. Has a really nice, good flavor character. But it seems to me that we've gone over to this what Vinny calls a lupulin threshold and all that. So if it doesn't have a resinous, piney, like hoppy character, then people don't want to deal with it.
Yeah.
Malt forward at this point in time in the craft brewing movement, whatever, is just not what people want.
Yeah.
Well, what's
I don't know what that is, but it is. What's that?
Yes, Bevo.
Natty Light has a score of 1.05.
Excellent.
Thank you.
No.
Okay.
You're not
There
looking
it-
at the
okay.
let me see.
The voice of God.
It's on
just
rate
came in.
beer.
I know, but sometimes
It's
when
on
you
rate beer.
Hang on. There's two different scores.
Says the worst beer in the world.
Hey, for what it is, it's amazing.
But
natural
for the worst beer in the world.
Oh, it has.
It's amazing.
It doesn't have a score at all on the. Why are the Anheuser-Busch products I'm looking up do not have a score? Was
Why
there?
do you think-
Did Rate Beer get a phone call and
Probably.
ask for their ratings to be like a?
No, I have a feeling it's just the whole craft beer bro movement.
Yeah, that's it.
That's not
You're
craft
telling me
beer.
that nobody's rated Natural Light.
No, I think that maybe it's whoever runs that site trying to make a point of like we don't allow these products to be rated. because it's not
I'm with
craft
what
beer.
Justin's talking about, that they
I
made a
think there
phone
was
call.
a cease
You think
and
Big
desist.
Brother
They're
came
on
down?
there.
Yeah, I'm with Doc.
No, I see it on there,
It's
but
on
the
that
rating
list.
you're looking at is out of 5. If you look on the homepage, there's a like rate the beer 1 to 5, which doesn't work for this game.
Right.
And then for some reason, when you look up the individual beer, you get a rating of 1 to 100, and that's what we're looking at. But when I'm looking at it here, both of the big brands I've looked at do not have a score.
Maybe they got.
You might be right that maybe the site owners.
I don't know.
But I think it's either that or there was a cease and desist sent, like, oh, don't rate our beer.
Maybe AB called up and was like, "Your site is way too confusing. Just pull our shit down." 'cause it sucks."
Right. All right. Well, why don't we find out who won, starting with our losers, Beardy?
All right, so I jumped into last place with that great round that we just had.
Nice.
With
Right where you
65.
65 total points.
Yep.
That's a good round of golf, but a bad round of rate beer game.
Right.
Whatever this game's called.
Yeah. JP wasn't far ahead with 63.
Okay.
Farther than you.
And then Doc was equally farther ahead with 61.
61. All right. Hey, the Brewing Network.
Hey. D- is all around.
Yeah,
Good job, guys. Good job.
All right.
All right. And then Brenden fell back into second place that round. Sorry.
With
48.
A 48. Great score.
Yeah. Still 13 points ahead of the nearest BN guy.
Okay.
And then Jared, cheater.
Yeah. Google boy.
Yeah.
Wins with 37.
Hey,
Congratulations, Jared.
Thank you, Justin. Well, Dobel might be the brewmaster, but,
But I'm the cheater.
You know what the people think.
Do you spend time on rating sites? All joking aside, you did guess really well on the ratings of these beers.
Not really.
You don't. You just you just have a feel for the people.
Yeah, well, I'm a documentarian.
Yeah,
you know, I like
there you
people,
go.
what people think. I like what people have to say, and I listen to a lot of stories, and you know, their stories are personal and intimate, and I think about just what they're kind of going through when they're drinking, maybe piss beer or or good
decent beer. Yeah. Well, we might have to bring you back in like as a lifeline when we're playing. If you're struggling, we'll let you ask Jared.
Yeah, there we go.
All right, well done on your victory, and good game, everybody. All right, we're going to take a break. Brenden, Jared, thanks again for coming in and sharing your story with us.
Thank you.
BrewersByTheBay.com. Go support the movie now, and you can get tickets, and then you can go to the premiere, it will probably have beer, I hope.
Oh, yeah, we're going to actually have
heaps of beer.
Yeah,
all of the breweries that were actually in the film, they were interviewed, and then we're going to have some beer from some of the new breweries as well.
Well, very cool. All right, so it's a good cause to support, and also you get some beer out of it. Go check it out, brewersbythebay.com. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to do a little beer news and wrap things up. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll be right back. It's The Session.
You're listening to the Brewcasters on the Brewing Network.
Hey, this is Brenden from Drake's Brewing Company, here to talk to you about our Hop Chef Champion Brewer Competition.
Hop Chef Champion Brewer Competition.
15 awesome California breweries are joining us on Saturday, April 16th from 2 to 5 p.m. at Drake's dealership in Uptown Oakland. Each brewery is bringing a tasty brand new beer made with the randomly selected unique ingredients, including everything from ginger to juniper berries. Tickets are just $25 and include a collectible glass, a punch card to try all 16 brews.
Hop Chef Champion Brewer Competition.
And you, the beer drinker, gets to decide the winner. Saturday, April 16th, we bring the beer, you be the judge, and see who will be crowned the next Hop Chef champ. For more information, check out drinkdrakes.com.
Last year, on the first Saturday in May, 11,000 participants brewed more than 19,000 gallons of beer. It's National Homebrew Day. This year, on May 7th, fellow homebrewers around the world will join in the global celebration of the greatest hobby there is, homebrewing. The American Homebrewers Association encourages you to be a part of this epic brew day. Go to homebrewersassociation.org and click on Big Brew, National Homebrew Day. There you'll find this year's official recipes for extract and all grain brewers. If you're going to host a public event, register it as well. The AHA provides promotional materials like posters, Zymergy magazine, and display signs. And don't forget to raise a glass at noon Central Time for a worldwide simultaneous toast to homebrewing. Big Brew on National Homebrew Day. Be a part of it this May 7th. Visit homebrewersassociation.org for more details.
With over 20 years of experience making world-class craft beer and more than 100 gold medals in international competitions, Moylan's Brewing Company is not just a pretty face in craft beer. Just ask Brenden Moylan.
What do we got here? The beer of the hour. Moylan's, gotta love that big M. It's like a sign of awesomeness. Woo-hoo! It's got an extra kick to it. Let's pour this bad boy. Oh, yeah. Oh, Moylan's. The end of the night when the kids are finally in bed, the wife's in bed, nobody's bothering your ass anymore. That's Moylan's time. Moylan's is for you. Yeah. It's to help you out. Yeah. It helps me out.
What?
Well, because it's freaking awesome. Northern California brewed. It's brewed with love.
With love?
Oh, yeah. Tremendous. And it's always best where?
Moylan's.
You gotta try it. On tap at Moylan's in Novato. They're friggin' awesome. Not only because I own the brewery, because I love the beer.
Cheers!
Boom.
Kilt Lifter Scotch Ale takes big beers to a whole new level with rich malt balanced perfectly with delicate hops, and now comes in 4-pack tall boy cans so you can take the party on the go. Or come to the brewery, take a tour, and try any of Moylan's fresh creations right from the source. Check them out at moylans.com.
A few things happened 30 years ago.
ARPANET migrated to TCP/IP, and the Internet was born. Revenge of the Jedi was renamed Return of the Jedi and opened in theaters. Mila Kunis and Emily Blunt were born, beginning a rad fantasy in my mind.
But all of that pales next to the fact that HopTech opened its doors and began blowing homebrewers right out of their mash tuns. HopTech doesn't fuck around. Real people shipping awesome shit straight to you. Their new website is fast and easy to navigate. Or just call 800-379-4677 and let badass bitch Jade and the gadget guy Roberto blow their warm load of customer service all over you. So visit the site or visit the store in Dublin, California and support those that support you. Get your brewing on at hoptech.com.
Tampa Bay has become a great destination for craft beer lovers with more than 60 breweries and counting, like Cigar City, Tampa Bay, and Coppertail Brewing. One of the newest breweries is Four Stacks Brewing Company in Apollo Beach. Four Stacks believes that the West Coast can't have all the fun. So while we feature West Coast beer like Stone, Ballast Point, and Green Flash on tap, we also brew hopped up ales to our liking in the West Coast style, even as they're truly Florida. Come in and see for yourself. Four Stacks hosts monthly homebrew club meetings, bottle shares, and partners with local restaurants for free food delivery while you enjoy your pint in their new tap room. Stop by Four Stacks Brewing and support the greater Tampa Bay craft beer scene at a brand new community-oriented independent brewery. Four Stacks Brewing, bringing the best of the West Coast style and attitude. Four Stacks Brewing Company in Apollo Beach, Florida. When I order a beer, I want my server to know more about it than I do. I want someone who enjoys good beer and loves helping others enjoy it too. I want someone who knows how to pour a perfect pint for every beer style. I want a Cicerone.
The Cicerone Certification Program is creating the type of people who help you enjoy great beer. Home brewers and craft beer lovers know beer is more flavorful and complex than ever, and it takes some serious knowledge to store and serve beer right. Cicerones know beer. There are 3 levels in the Cicerone program: Certified Beer Server, Certified Cicerone, and Master Cicerone. Cicerones are truly the sommeliers of beer. The best beer locations have a Certified Cicerone on staff. Relaxed and unpretentious. Cicerones are tested on storing and serving beer, beer styles, flavor and tasting, the brewing process and ingredients, and pairing food with beer. Learn more about your next beer guide at cicerone.org. Certified Cicerone, because it takes top talent to present a perfect pint.
You're listening to the Brewing Network. Because like beer, radio shouldn't suck.
Spend that cash. Oh, sorry. I was giving advice on prostitutes at the break there. Welcome back to the program, and thanks for hanging out with us. Once again, thanks to the Brewers By The Bay filmmaker people, guys. You can go to brewersbythebay.com, check it out. They have an Indiegogo where you can buy tickets and go check it out. And then it sounds like there's also a way you can fly Jared out to your house. Now that you know he's great at rating beers, you can fly him out to rate you.
Please do it.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Oh, he'll rate you.
I like Beard. He's like,
Well, it was a courtesy laugh. You're looking at me for more.
No. I was actually just looking at you with appreciation.
Oh.
Yeah.
What did that look like, Warren? Because
I don't know. Just as blurry as normal?
Yeah, you and I have never seen it.
You know what it looked like? It looked like when I was sitting on the other side of the table last week and didn't have to host a show and was just sitting out in the bar drinking.
Yeah.
All of the looks I gave you, that was a look of appreciation.
Oh, shit.
I was so appreciative.
Wow.
I was even sitting out there, even though I've only talked shit since I've been here, I was sitting out there going, this is so nice. I haven't sat in my own bar in a long time, and I was just having beers with friends, and you were doing the show, and I was very, very, very appreciative. Yeah,
Good.
I really was. I really was.
Well, thank you.
Love me! Hey, we're all going to the BrewCon which
Homebrew
is the
Con.
national. Sorry, you're right. HomebrewCon, the National Homebrewers Conference in Baltimore, Oregon. That's where it is, right?
Baltimore, Oregon.
I think so.
I will
Yeah.
not travel farther east than Baltimore, Oregon.
Yeah, great city. A lot of trouble. But,
Hot chicks.
No, Baltimore, Maryland, of course. Over there on the east coast, of course. We're all going to the go to homebrewcon.com. God damn it, and just check it out.
Are you having a stroke?
Yeah. Go to homebrewcon.com. We're going to be there as always. It'll be our, I guess, 10th year. It's our 11th year in business, so I think it's our 10th year at the. Although Gary
B&A
corrected
11.
me last year, he said it was my 10th year last year. He's like, "You've been coming here for 10 years."
Well, it's B&A 11.
Yeah,
right. But I guess
but
did
you
miss
a year?
See, I got screwed up because I didn't go the first year. I never went the first year, but I think Gary sat in front of me and counted on his hands because that's what you have to do with me.
Well, yeah,
and
because
it was still 10 years.
Well, if we started in June
of 05,
you wouldn't have been able to go
I
because
did not.
You shouldn't have gone. Right.
So I went in June of 06, which was my first year. See, now I'm going to do what Gary did.
So this year it would be 10.
Yeah.
I went in 06, 07, 08, 09, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 was 10.
Yeah.
16 is 11. This is what Gary did.
You got to count zero.
Just like my second grade math teacher.
Right.
And I still don't get it.
You're right.
I'm still over here arguing about, no, it was 9.
Right.
But my fingers made it. It's our 11th year at the National Homebrewers Conference, and that's a testament to how much we love that festival because we don't get paid to be there. We enjoy it, and we get to hang out with our people, and that's always a good time. So please join us there. You can go to homebrewcon.com right now, or I don't know. I don't like the other one because the other one's too long. So just go to Homebrew.
Kill yourself.
Homebrewcon.com. Let me just double check.
TheBrewingNetwork.com/
Homebrewcon.com. Yes, Homebrewcon.com. You can register right now and go. You know what else they brought back was this social pass. And for a couple years.
Oh, right, yeah.
Well, they were selling out for a couple years because of
sociopath
capacity issues.
Sociopath.
At the venue. No, that's us.
Okay.
Those tickets have always been available. They had stopped doing the social pass where you just can go to the social events at night because they were selling out, but now they've gotten bigger venues. So if you've got a husband or a wife or a child who's over 21 who would like to just get the social pass, you can get that again. You can get the full pass, but I do recommend you come and enjoy the National Homebrewers Conference with us. Plus, we'll be doing our 11th anniversary party on the Wednesday before. I don't know where yet because we're working on Springfest, but we're trying to figure that out. So come check us out at the National Homebrewers Conference. Have you noticed that we're in a lot, either us or a lot of our friends are in the pictures?
I went through a lot of the pictures.
More than one picture?
Right on the homepage is our friend Sardina from Society. Moby.
So they've changed it, or maybe it rotates.
Well, our picture was in the newsletter.
Oh, that's right.
They sent out a newsletter, and it was the Brewing Network table celebrating our...
very clearly.
That's one way to put it.
It was that one split second of time where the cringes on our face almost looked like smiles.
Because we had won again.
And did you see David Wonder's glare?
No.
That kid was throwing some fucking shade.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say.
Is he a dozer? Is that why he's chases?
I guess.
So, couple of things. You know they changed the rules.
Oh, there's rules?
Yeah.
They changed the Homebrew Club of the Year rules.
Okay.
This year, based on, I assume, the Brewing Network's dominance in the field of homebrew competitions. It's not even called Homebrew Club of the Year anymore. For one, they changed the name. Because that was one of the whiny little bitchy fucking things that people complain. How could they be Homebrew Club of the really the whole year? Like they did everything for the year, or is it just the competition? Like or they just had a lot of people in the competition? Like was it the whole year? How could it be the whole year? So they changed the name to I think something like
best actual real club that exists.
No, like competition club of the year. Something like that. It's close to that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I should know these things because I heard about it all before anybody else on the committee. But anyway, they changed the name, and then they changed the rules. solely based on the.
Yeah, well, it was bound to happen, and I'm kind of glad.
Otherwise,
that
It's okay.
Either way,
it should have. Because remember, after last year, I was saying either we're bowing out, or they're going to change the rules, or I wasn't going to make the decision for our club, but I was strongly lobbying for us not to really participate if they didn't fix the problem, because the problem became my fucking problem when I had to listen to everybody. So the other thing is, first round points don't count anymore.
Which is huge.
That's huge.
That's
and that is one of the major complaints that people had, and the AHA addressed that.
Well, and I think that's been a complaint forever since the days where there were unlimited entries, where people could shotgun 50 entries, and you can still walk away with something even though you didn't win anything in the second round.
And that you could send them to different regions, et cetera. So when you had a large club like... Quaff got yelled at for it, not yelled, bitched at by the whiners.
Sure.
St. Paul's got bitched at by everybody who's sent to different regions.
So they didn't they didn't work against themselves that way.
Yeah,
and it's playing the game.
Right. So they changed the game. First round points don't count. Only second round points, which is why I think they changed the name to whatever, like Competition Club of the Year or whatever. I think they only revert back to first round points in some sort of a tie situation, and even then, there's some other, I don't know what the fuck, but that's a whole thing. So
something a committee member would know.
The Brewing Network, as a club, by the way, first round results are out. I don't know if anyone's taking a look.
Casey's not here.
Oh, really?
He's the godfather of
our
that
guy.
shit for us, man.
Oh, we might need to take a look at that.
That's a little early, isn't it? I mean, usually it's about
pretty
this
sure
time.
I saw it like a week or two ago that the results are out. So I'd like to take a look at that just because I'm curious. But then, would be very interesting to see the reaction if the Brewing Network wins again.
Oh, man.
Based on second round points only.
I think they might just set the building on fire.
Because we fluctuated in the second round. There are times when we've done really well in the second round, and there are times like last year where we didn't really do that well in the second round. And that's happened with every club. So, for example, I think I don't know if it was the years get confused for me because I'm getting old, but I don't know if it was last year or the year before. I seem to remember the Austin Zealots did really great in the second round.
Yeah.
That was last year.
And I remember standing up and cheering for them so much because I'm so proud of them. I'm like, wow, Austin Zealots. I keep hearing them. And I know a bunch of those people. And so I remember being so excited for them. And then we won. So in a case like that, Austin Zealots would have taken the home. Under the new rules, they would have won.
Well, and I think they had mainly one guy winning all of their medals, and he won Brewer of the Year.
Well, and that's how Quaff used to win.
Sure, right.
Jamil, which, by the way, they never like it when I say that. But it
was a club effort.
Well, Quaff's always very cool with us, by the way. So I'm not starting anything there. I love those guys, and of all the clubs who have given a shit, they don't. In fact, we collaborated last year. Right. But I did go up one year, and one of their members was giving me shit, but he was joking. He was doing it was a joking situation, and I was like, yeah, well, if Jamil would come out of retirement, you guys could win again. And I thought it was funny, and they all just stared at me with blank. Even the guy who was joking with me, it was all blank fucking stares.
Yeah, because it's true,
right?
Well, and sometimes that happens, like with the Zealots, and there was a couple other people winning in there, and our first year that we won, Beardy won more than one medal, right? You won a couple things in there for us.
At least one, I don't remember.
I think you won a couple, and that's why we liked you. And that's what happened,
maybe.
Because you weren't a loser.
That one time I wasn't a loser.
Yeah,
one time. We didn't know that you are.
Well, we've been waiting ever since. We thought, well, he showed it once. Eventually, he's going to not be a loser again. We've been waiting.
Right, so am I.
So I have the first round of winners from Indianapolis.
Oh, is it just not all the regions?
I think it's just trickling in.
Okay, maybe that's what I saw. Yeah,
but so far, there's no dozers. There's no BN Army folks either. So.
Okay.
Actually, there are a lot of people who aren't affiliated with a club. So I wonder if those are just BNers that didn't, because nobody knew, right? We didn't officially say, go ahead and enter, or
we never do.
Right. I don't know if anybody was actually waiting for
we never
to say.
No, they totally were.
Oh, really?
Know. Yeah, well, only based on our conversations on the air about you're like, I don't know what to do, and people are like, well, tell us what to do because we want to do this, but we want to abide by the things.
Wow, that's weird. They actually listened.
Yeah, I don't remember them asking.
So, one Brewing Network.
Here's what I hope: that either we just dominate in the second round, fucking win anyway, and then it's. By the way, they're still going to boo. Which might make me quit life. Like, it might make me just...
Wait, take another 2 months off?
Right, no, I think I'll just do it right on stage. I'm just going to off myself right there on stage.
I think if we win, we should all go up on stage, which we didn't do last year. But we should make a show of putting on Kevlar first.
That would be funny. That would be good. I will kill myself on stage if we win.
I think if...
With that bottle cap trophy?
Yeah, with the body, yeah. It'll be
Sit on it. Shove it through your eye.
Awkward and painful. Wait, I'm not done. It's going to last 3 hours. Yeah. Don't leave. I'm not, you fuckers.
I'll bleed out eventually.
I'm not done.
It's like Saw.
Gotcha.
So if we were to hold the competition based solely on the numbers that I have here, there'd either be SAWS, the Society of Akron Area Zymergists, or SODS, the fucking fuck you, because your acronym sucks.
Society.
It's CCO Oliganty Darby Zymergists. Or
where are they from?
I don't know, man.
Well, I'm just wondering, because the other one was just Midwest, so it might just be real regional.
Well, like I said, this is all from Indiana, so I don't know. Indianapolis.
Okay, so it doesn't matter.
Right.
I mean,
so
not that Indiana doesn't matter.
Right, but those are the two people, those are the two clubs that keep popping up, and there's only one
in that region. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So now it's second round. We'll see. So the two things I hope is that either the Brewing Network decided to bow out of the competition, because I like that sort of protest. Because it's like, fuck you guys.
Right.
Like, I was thinking the other day...
We let you guys win.
I was thinking the other day about when I started to become, like the most disheartened with homebrew, and it was the first time we got booed. I remember just thinking... Because I had always had this very, like, glamorous... Not glamorous, that's not the right word. Respectful view of brewers, of homebrewers, because it was always this camaraderie, this big talk about we're all brothers and we all, and I remember just feeling like, wow, now this is like, I'm a fucking hippie. I like this stuff. This is very cool. And I was just trying to pinpoint the time where I got a little disillusioned about homebrew, and it was the first time standing on stage and getting booed by a bunch of fucking douchebags. And I remember going, oh, it's another veil of bullshit.
Right.
In my life that these people have been presenting for years, and now they're showing their true colors, and F these guys. So part of me wants us to either bow out of the competition, not that I asked anybody to do that.
Right.
We'll find out according to the entries, or totally fucking dominate the second round and win again, and then I'll be like, Are you still going to boo these guys? Like, are you still going to boo your fellow homebrewers?
Yes.
They didn't even count the first round. And I agree with you, Beardy. They are still going to boo. And and you know what? That's going to put me over the edge.
Yeah.
I'm going to walk out.
Yeah. The first booing really changed my mind, because I thought it was all about just making the best beer possible, and we're all just trying to do the best. And, oh, wow, you won a gold. Awesome. High five.
Right.
And then, oh, you guys won?
Boo. Well, it's not like it was a judged thing that, judges voted for the club.
Right.
Who's going to get it. It's about points, period.
Yeah.
I fully intend to boo if we win.
From the stage?
Yeah. Boo.
Yeah, we should boo ourselves.
We'll send one representative up from the BN Club.
Yeah.
And we'll all line up. We'll all line up and just boo them. We'll all get right in the front of the stage.
Can we take off our clothes too?
Yes.
Take off our clothes and we'll boo.
Just boo them.
Yeah.
So why don't you go up there all proper and everything, and then refuse to take it?
Just don't touch the trophy.
Like I'm gonna, and then right when he hands it to me, just like it's almost in my hand, but it slips through my hand and shatters on the stage.
And then pee on it.
Is it going to be? Is it going to be a new trophy?
And then
just a new name?
Drop the microphone.
It's not even a new trophy. In fact, Bevo's got to put our plaque on it this year so that we're all up to date.
Jesus, Bev.
So
come on.
Well, I didn't mean she's behind.
I don't know. Just kidding. Just fucking I don't know.
All right. So anyhow, they changed the rules this year, and that's my start to beer news, I guess.
Okay.
It was all public, but they didn't make a big thing out of it. I don't
Which
know.
I think they should have, because people don't know this.
Yeah.
I kind of asked for them to make a thing out of it a little bit. There's a couple things. Like, the name change to me feels a little bit like a slap in the face, not just to us, but like to the other people who have won Club of the Year. Mm-hmm. It feels like they're saying, yeah, we were wrong about that, we shouldn't have called it Club of the Year because that doesn't really encompass what the award is. So we're going to change the name. And of course, I don't have any input on this stuff. This wasn't presented to the governing committee or anything else. But just me personally, I felt like I was fine with all the rules changes because it addressed the issues.
Yeah.
The name change, I don't know, it felt a little bit like a slap in the face.
Well,
not that they were doing it to me. I mean for everybody who's won Club of the Year.
Yeah.
Well, now they're getting... Don't they have to get more specific? Because now they're giving, like, club citizenship awards now. So, like, if they say Club of the Year, that they want to be specific about in terms of competitions.
Yeah, but that's kind of what I'm saying. Like... Then, if that's what you're doing, then you keep Club of the Year. I don't know. I just felt like changing the name. They're just addressing the times, and so I'm not saying they're making the wrong decision. I'm just saying there's a little piece of me that felt like by changing the name, you're almost stripping the award away from the people who have won Club of the Year by saying we didn't really mean Club of the Year, we meant competition club. Does that make sense? Is that just me being weird?
It makes sense. I don't know if
that's
it's you
being sensitive.
Yeah. I mean, a little bit. I think. I mean, I guess you look at the other options they had, right? To retire that entire trophy and come up with a new one. But the only reason they did it is because we won so many times, and there was such animosity towards that from a very small segment. I want to make that perfectly clear. Yeah. Maybe 10% of the people in that fucking room, maybe 20, were booing. Everybody else was totally fine with it, or they just didn't give a shit because it's a homebrew competition. It doesn't even matter in real life.
They have a decent perspective on life.
Yeah, so they would either have to retire that or... but then that doesn't address the issue. So then you change the name, and that's kind of, I could see both sides of it. I don't care, I guess.
I do see where they were going with the name change. I guess I'm just saying, I don't know.
I don't know if it's a slap in the face.
Change the rules and keep it Club of the Year. The trophy, as far as I know, isn't going to change because they asked me, hey, do you still have the trophy? Because we need it.
I think if they change the name, the trophy should change. It should just be a totally new thing.
And we should get to keep it because we were the last to have it.
Right. I mean, we were the champions.
What's possession, Doc?
9/10 of the law.
Thank you.
Do you think maybe they just changed the name because they don't want to hear they don't want to get the millions of emails that they get after the thing?
Yes.
The Brewing Network's not a real club. Blah, blah, blah. So they took club out of the equation.
Oh, no, it's still club. I see where you're going. I do think the AHA was reacting to all the complaints. And one of the complaints was, is it really Homebrew Club of the Year if only the competition matters? And so that's a valid point. And then the other one was just the point system. So they didn't take club out of it because it's still now I think it's competition club of the year.
Well, and I guess that makes it different because they have the Radgast Award, which is
like the good-hearted club of the year.
Yeah, and so but I don't know.
That's what I said 5 minutes ago, guys.
Yeah,
I know.
Great, Warren. No one gives a fuck.
Right.
Shut up.
I did with you on that. He didn't.
Right.
God, no, I did
Great
too.
idea,
I don't
JP.
give a shit, and I'm not.
Great idea.
Shut the fuck up, Warren.
I'm so tired of this. Should we move on?
That's what I said 5 minutes ago, James.
See?
Now, that's what all homebrewers who boo sound like to me.
Right.
But wait a minute.
I suggested this 5 years ago.
Yeah, when do we get our points? We only have 100 members. We don't have 100,000. When do we get our time?
You sound like Willy Wonka.
These are all valid points.
Be more friendly. Get more people.
I only came to one national homebrewers conference, and I have to listen to Justin give an acceptance speech again. I'm sick of Justin. He gave a speech. He's in the hall talking. People like him. I don't like him. I don't want to like him. He's stupid.
I hear he didn't even send a beer into the first round.
He doesn't even... Does he even beer? Do you even beer, bro?
It's like an old lady.
Do you even beer, bro?
Who works at the hotel.
Yeah, I've heard about you. I'm tired of you. Sick of it. All right, what's in the beer news?
Back to the beer news.
I'm sick of myself.
Speaking of complaining...
Yeah.
What seems to have pushed craft beer ahead is its purity, right? That's the marketing anyways. Basic ingredients, nothing crazy, and for sure no fruit or spice flavorings involved. We can all agree on that, right?
No.
Nobody likes fruit beer.
No.
Nobody likes spiced beer.
Nope.
Wait a second.
Well, according to some new data, in 2015, 27% of new beers released contained these exact ingredients.
Oh.
Fruits and spices, which is what we're talking about, which is actually up from 15% back in 2010. So
I don't like fruits and spices in my beer.
Fruit beers are growing.
Yeah.
Here are some deeper numbers on this. 20% of all beer drinkers consumed flavored beers last year.
Flavored.
Beer
I like
has flavors.
I've always said I like flavors.
You love flavors.
I've always said that.
57% of those credited their consumption to a wider availability of new flavors. So the segment is growing, and they're getting more people. 58% of all U.S. beer drinkers claim at least some interest in drinking a fruit-flavored beer, while 45% expressing interest in something called spicy beers.
Oh.
I don't know who the fuck these people are.
Spicy's different than spiced beers?
Yeah, apparently.
I guess.
49% are interested in beers blended with fruit juices for some reason.
Who did all this?
Right.
It's a marketing company called Mintel.
Yeah.
49% are interested in beers blended with fruit juice. I don't understand in what reality that's a concept that people would go for.
Why was that even a question?
I would only drink whole fruit.
It depends
not
on what
juice.
they're classifying as fruit juice. We've had brewers come in here and talk about them.
I guess you're right. Yeah.
Is fruit puree to this marketing company fruit juice?
That's true.
Maybe
like grapefruit sculpin or something?
There's plenty of fruit juice used in probably beers that are pretty respectable.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's up. That trend is almost 30% right now. 30% of new beers have some sort of fruit addition to them.
I need a new beer.
These are interesting numbers as the beer industry tries to maintain and attract new drinkers amid dropping sales numbers. Despite the dollar sales of beer being up 4%, total volume of beer sold is down 2%. The discrepancy there is attributed to the rising retail value of craft beer.
A cellar maker, please, Bevo. Sorry, I'm ordering a beer, JP.
It's all right.
We're going to be here a while. We interrupt this news broadcast.
Yeah.
Important things are happening. Anybody else need a beer?
Some other numbers. 25% of beer drinkers say they are drinking less beer than in previous years.
Fuckers.
Craft beer has nearly
Quitters.
doubled. Craft beer has nearly doubled over the last 5 years and now encompasses nearly 10% of the beer market. Only about 30% of beer drinkers drink craft beer, which means nationally available brands. That's what they defined as craft beer, like Sam Adams.
So can we stop? First, this marketing company doesn't know what they're talking about.
This is why I brought it up.
I've caught a couple errors.
One more number. One more number.
All right.
While 23% of beer drinkers really label themselves as hipster fucking douchebags by saying they drink something called true craft beer.
Oh.
Which is produced...
Forget indie. True craft.
Hyphenated.
Wow.
True craft.
True craft.
Produced by small local breweries.
Thank you, Bevo.
So that is...
Jesus. I got Tasty's glass.
Wow. How can you tell? From the other side, I couldn't see it because the beer's so cloudy.
Tasty has his own set of glasses at my bar.
He has a set now?
One wasn't cutting it. So now there's stickers and bullshit.
Oh.
Yeah. Now I got to look at fucking Tasty every time I take a drink.
That was Jason's idea.
Of course it was Jason's idea. Can I go out there and yell at him right now?
Absolutely.
No, let's finish this and then you can go yell at him.
Okay.
Yeah.
You wanted to comment on the numbers.
Well, they're just wrong already. First of all, the almost 10% of the market is inaccurate. I think we're now at 11.
They did say 10.4, so I did.
Well, you read almost 10%.
I said nearly 10%, and that was a mistake. You're absolutely right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was my fault.
Well, then 10.4 might be accurate. I don't know, but I think we're somewhere around 11.
Right.
I just don't like their bullshit numbers. They just sound like a bullshit company.
Well, what was interesting to me is the breakdown of that segment of. So we have 10% of the beer market, but that's down despite the dollar value going up, and then people are they're more gravitating towards things that have fruit in it. So what we think of people wanting in craft beer is not necessarily the case, or maybe it's changing to fruit forward and spiced beers, where 10 years ago that would never have been the case.
I'd be curious to know the distinction between regular beer and sour beer. Like if it's the increase in sour beer popularity, because fruit is real common in sour beer, whether the increase in that is driving the increase in new fruit beers that they're measuring?
I had something, let's see, they did say something about sour beers, but only people's interest. 45% of beer drinkers were interested, so they would be open to drinking a sour beer, but nothing, yeah.
Not about the fruit being in it.
Yeah, 45% of beer drinkers, they are interested in sour beers.
All right, so I don't know. What's the deal? What's the summary? Give me the executive summary. What are they saying? Fruit beer.
Fruit beer is on the
new
rise.
Thing.
Yeah, fruit beer is on the rise.
I could see that as, yeah, sure.
Okay.
I'm in it. Yeah. Let's take watermelon wheat, for example.
Right.
In fact, I wanted to use that in the rating game, and I was almost guaranteed it would rate super high because of this. It felt too easy.
Yeah.
Because, people, especially as new people are tasting craft beer, you give them a fruit beer, every time they're like, damn, I'll take it, girl.
What I'd like to see in some of these beer rating sites is to just cull everything pre-2012.
Yeah.
Because I think the beer drinkers' palates, we've shifted. Like, there's no way Newcastle is mid-30s, sub-40, right?
Right.
Because people are now, they'll drink something they don't want to drink just to do a rating. So when I was playing the sort of like beer, brewers reading fucked up ratings on their beer with a Half Moon Bay, there was a guy. He's like, I don't like this style. This is a 3.5 out of 5. It would be better if it had more malt and more hops.
But it wasn't the style.
But you didn't like the style, so why did you fucking spend the time rating it, dummy?
Yeah. Well,
and so I think there's a lot of people in those 3,000 whatever with the Newcastle example that don't like this style, that have no idea what the style's even about, and then they would rate. So you know what I mean? Like at some point, all the people who haven't been educated in the past 15 years when they were doing all these rating sites or whenever it was, they should all be dropped, and we should just push forward with the new breed of enlightened
subject
matter.
So can we call this article People Are Shitheads?
People are shitheads unless you're brewing beer, in which case, if you want to start tackling the growing market of people who are interested in fruit-blended beers,
fruit beer,
start putting fruit in your beer, dude.
Is fruit going to be the new IPA?
I think maybe.
Beer?
FPA?
FPA.
Right, IPAs are so double aughts. The teens are all about fruit beers.
Bro.
I don't even know what a double aught is.
That was last decade, I think.
It's a thing.
I see.
It's like a foot size.
2000s?
Thank you. Doc's like, I don't know, it's a bullet. I know that.
Right.
And I've probably made that bullet before. All right, what else?
Sometimes we forget that certain states still aren't free to do what they want with regards to craft beer.
Damn it.
Out in Ohio, House Bill 68 is trying to shift the cap on beer sales from 12% up to 21% for some strange reason.
Oh.
Wait,
why? I don't know why I'm clapping.
The cap?
Why anyone wants to drink a 21% beer is beyond me, but then again, I don't live in Ohio.
Freedom isn't free,
right?
And because America.
Right. The bill has lost some steam for some reason and looks to die a slow death shortly when the General Assembly's term runs out, which happens fairly soon, apparently. Seeing as this bill was first introduced back in 2011, it seems rather unlikely that it will regain some life. But only one company seems to be opposed to the bill, and that is Miller Coors, which they have several plants in Ohio and the neighboring states. In its opposition testimony last year, Miller said raising the limit could, quote, confuse residents who have come to expect a lower alcohol percentage in beer and considers beer a, quote, beverage of moderation.
It's confusing.
Can you imagine seeing a 13% beer on the shelf?
Well, you say beer, and I think, to me that's moderate. Now I'm going to drink 5 because it's beer.
Yeah, right. I don't look at the label, nor do I pay attention to how I feel.
Right.
So when I drink half of it and I start to, feel
like I want to run into a tree,
I don't pay attention to that. I drink the other half.
Right.
Yeah. I drink 6 packs at a time.
This is the thing that's always bothered me about, and by the way, I'm talking about non-alcoholics, because I think there's like an alcoholic thing where you fucking drink to oblivion, but non-alcoholics, they're like, oh, I'm hammered, I didn't even know it, like I've been drunk before, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
We've all been.
And it creeps up on you from time to time. It happens.
Sometimes. Yeah.
But usually, like when I'm around, like if I'm in a group of like solid friends, then I don't care if it creeps up on me, right? But if I'm out at an event or something, I pretty much pay attention to my body. And it's pretty rare, like, if I, fucking, I'm like, oh my God, I've gone from zero to hammered, right?
Right.
There's a hole in between of feelings, if you will.
Zero to night rape.
But people don't pay attention. It always boggles my mind when people don't pay attention to that.
It's weird.
Are they? Is it unique that I'm in touch with my body? You know that, like, I can.
This is now grossing me out.
Like I can, like it starts like this. Like first, my face gets a little numb, and then I go, all right, you're feeling pretty good. You should now stick to like the lower ones or just sip it, right? If I go past that, all right, the words have started to slur a little bit. Okay, if I'm still feeling good and comfortable, maybe I'll have another beer, right?
Yeah.
But now I'm really focused on what happens from here.
Right.
Do I start? Am I swaying? Do I stumble? Am I saying stupid shit? But I'm still generally aware of it.
Yeah.
But there are people who just don't.
You weren't born in Ohio.
Is that what it is?
I think that might be what it is.
I just feel like sometimes I look at these people and I go, what happened to you? You went from zero to fucking hammered.
I don't know. I don't know either. I think these are the same people who sit in their lifted trunk and drink Monster Energy drinks before the beer fest.
And I am talking, yes, because I am talking about in the beer world. Because I get it how if you sit at the bar and you do 5 shots, you do go from zero to drunk.
But you know what you're doing.
But with beer, you don't do that. You know,
it's very hard. And so there are people who
I'm calling these people out.
You should. But so we have a friend, Russ. Big Fat Russ, you know, he likes IPAs and double IPAs because he wants to get that right. He doesn't necessarily enjoy the taste or savor it because he'll drink Modelo also, but he goes.
So that's what I'm missing.
It has more alcohol.
They want to be there,
and in my opinion, that's why more people are drinking IPAs. Honestly, because the alcohol's high.
Really?
And I really think that way.
I think you're probably right.
I'd say 60% of IPA drinkers, are just doing it because of the alcohol. Not because of the flavor.
Yeah.
Because there's more flavor and less alcohol.
Well, you do always hear, give me your strongest beer.
Yeah.
I've heard the excuse of my arm moves at the same rate no matter what's in my glass. So there's like, I'm going to drink whatever's in my glass at the same speed regardless of alcohol content.
Yeah.
And so then...
You're saying they do that or you do that?
That's their justification to be like, that's how I get 0 to 100.
Because I kind of do that. I drink pretty much at the same speed, but I do pay attention to what's in my glass. So if I drink really fast, a 9% beer, then I slow the fuck down, and maybe I order a water next. I don't know.
Right, and some people are just like, yeah, I've got a beer in front of me. It's going to go down the same speed, whether it's... 21
so
or
it might
12.
as well be 21.
Well,
God bless Ohio. I don't know.
I don't know either, man. I thought it was really interesting that, and apparently Miller Coors, this was their only opposition. They just kind of vomited up a statement and then haven't said anything. So for this to kind of die in the General Assembly and not go anywhere for 5 years is kind of weird.
Yeah.
And so apparently the supporters of the bill are starting to now shake some trees and see why it's stalled and what's going on, because once the Assembly gets out, Bill's dead, and they got to just drum up support again
for next year. Yeah,
and beers will still be at 12% for another year.
Right? How dare them?
Wow.
I don't know how many more you have, but pick one.
I have 3.
Oh my God!
It's fine though. They're all good,
but one's probably really good, and then the others
we spent
are
like 8 hours on your NHC thing. We did. It's 3.
Do you
I'll run through.
Care about it that much? Like,
okay, I will. I'll take out. He's
a journalist.
You're getting paid for it either way.
But I spent time on it. Okay. Lightning round. 2 more.
All right, go.
Okay. As the days grow longer and we crawl towards summer. Sorry. Apparently, AB InBev is bringing up a new brand of Mexican lager from Mexico.
I love Corona.
It's called Estrella Jalisco.
I love that.
And it's a 106-year-old Pilsner brand that was first brewed in the city of Guadalajara.
It's going to be terrible.
Wherever Lupe was born, I'm sure. This is a quote from the marketing director. It says, it celebrates the traditions and the heritage of what makes Mexican culture and Mexican art so special, says Jorge Inda Medez.
I love art.
The fact that it comes from Jalisco, the birthplace of mariachi, blah, 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 it just makes it more authentic. I don't know what drinking a lot of beer has to do with Mexican culture, but I'm assuming that AB InBev has that. What's interesting is that the Mexican, the rate of Mexican beer is screaming up the charts in the States.
It's screaming up the charts.
It's the most popular segment of beer. It's rose 16% in 2015.
Which is weird because it's been around, forever.
Right. And that's the weird part. Modelo has seen an increase in sales of 24% in 2015.
Crazy. Wow.
It's insane, right? And so this is the only segment of the market that AB InBev doesn't have, because they had to sell their Corona deal to do the whatever the fuck, right? So... Jalisco.
Scared me.
This makes me feel like a nice Mexican Pilsner.
Well, Warren, when you think of Mexican Pilsner, think Estrella Jalisco. Yes, that's right. Estrella Jalisco, the brand that doesn't have urine or glass shards.
The newest in Mexican beer.
In 109-year-old Mexican beer.
I love this quote. One of the largest demographics in the U.S. that is second or third generation millennial Hispanic. They're interested and want to connect with the things of their grandparents and parents. It's just a weird... Their marketing is so fucked, man.
Get in touch with their roots.
Yeah. All right, and last but not least, we'll wrap it up.
Wait a second.
Oh, shit.
Damn it. Lightning round. I'm done. You guys are interrupting my nap.
Here you go, Doc. Go back to sleep. Listen to this.
Siesta.
Yeah. Saying only if we had dentists like you, big white man.
I heard while I was at Sierra that Negro Modelo is changing their name to Modelo Negro or something.
Right.
Like they're reversing the name.
They're reversing it, yeah.
Which is a
to
weird
keep the Modelo brand
scam.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Scam.
I don't know if it's a scam.
It's a scam.
It might be a scam, Warren. All right, you want the last one real fast?
Is it about Mexican beer?
But it's about...
that's the only song I've queued up.
But it's about Budweiser.
Oh, hang on. What's that song? Go ahead.
Okay.
Is there a
so Budweiser,
White Snake?
They've done a lot for beer tech, refrigerated rail car, some other thing I'm sure that was really great. Then addressing our lack of Mexican beers in the marketplace, and now something called the Bud E, which is a smart fridge.
I need a buddy.
I know.
Buddy.
This smart fridge holds 78 beers and connects to your phone via an app, which keeps you up to date on how many beers you have left, how cold things are in there, and when you need to stock up. Unfortunately, it marks every beer as a Bud Light, but you can use it, of course, for any beers. There are some deeper functions as well, such as an alarm that fires off an alert to your phone whenever someone opens your Bud E and raids your stash.
Oh.
And if this unfortunate event is to occur, you can actually yell at that person through the fridge. So if your app fires and goes, your door's being open, you can go, hey, put the fucking beer back, bro. And
I like that.
And it runs through the speaker in the fridge.
I would love to.
They're only available in California, so if you live in the Golden State and have $300, you can get yourself a Bud E.
I love this.
And that's beer.
This is my Bud Close song.
This Bud's for you.
Oh,
America, drink your fill of Bud.
Get out of my fridge, you little motherfuckers! That's my Bud Light can! Yeah. All right, who would go see Whitesnake again if they toured?
I thought this was Led Zeppelin.
No, but there was at one time a band called Coverdale Page, which was a combination of David Coverdale from Whitesnake and Jimmy Page from Whitesnake.
That's not Jimmy Page?
No, it's Coverdale. That's why they came together. Because it was a common occurrence, what you're thinking, JP.
Somehow doubt that.
Yes, Bevo?
No, I got nothing. It's fine.
Oh, okay.
She just wanted to say so.
Thanks for the white snake.
You're welcome.
Ooh, mama.
Watch.
I don't want to.
My Budweiser.
Who picked 78 cans as the size of the mini fridge that you need?
Probably the manufacturer.
Budweiser.
Do they sell cans in an amount that
78
can get
pack?
78?
Well, what's 12 divided by 78?
The fridge pack?
What's 12 divided by 78?
It doesn't go in evenly.
Oh. What's 24 divided by 78?
It's the same problem.
It's 70.
I can't help you if you don't help me, Warren. Fucking asshole.
Math whiz. I can't help you. You shitty brained
Isn't
asshole.
there like a 36 pack?
Yes.
Same problem as 12, Bevo.
All right, we got Twitter game.
Isn't there an 18 pack?
What about a sixer?
Hey, what if I had 12 sixers?
But then I broke 2 and gave 4 away.
Then what if a train was leaving the station and I had 18 six-packs?
But drank 3 of them.
No, it's brilliant. They made it so it couldn't be even, so you had to buy it. If you wanted a full thing, you had to buy extra. So you had... Never mind.
Hang on, shit's getting real.
She's working it out right now.
See, this is when
show your work, Ben.
This is when music mattered.
This is when it had feeling.
Right before this, music mattered.
When music mattered.
And then someone was like, guys, guess what? Music doesn't matter. And Whitesnake goes, perfect!
Watch this!
It's time for us to come out!
We'll show you!
They're like, watch this melodramatic breakdown where Tawny Katane dances on the hood of a Camaro.
Do you think she would tour with them? They went back out?
I heard she was on tour recently.
Yeah, she was. I saw her.
Oh, it was you?
Yeah, we saw Jason Bonham play. And she came out and rocked the fucking lead guitar. She's really
She
good.
played guitar?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, not just a model anymore. Not just a whore on a Camaro.
Graduate from the hood.
Literally. All right. Great job, JP. Are we done with the beer news?
Yeah, we're done with the beer news.
Okay.
But we got Twitter game now.
All right.
Yeah.
Can I keep Whitesnake on?
Yeah, man.
It's about to be a really cool riff.
Okay. At some point.
This is me in my garage when I'm 17.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, it's about to be a really cool riff.
Yeah, and your friend's like, can I unpause Mario?
I'm like, no! Listen, pass the joint, you shithead! All right, what's our Twitter game?
Well, the BN is writing a book, but we don't have a subject or a title.
Oh.
So
I think Whitesnake's our fucking subject.
Subject and title.
Yeah.
Fucking Whitesnake is our title.
Yes.
So, we got a few answers to that.
Why is Whitesnake one word? Isn't that weird? Because, what? First of all, I want to know what a white snake is, but there's probably a white snake.
It is.
It's a Caucasian dick.
Yeah.
That's what a white snake is.
Yeah.
Do you know this for a fact that that's the thing behind their name? Did you hang out with David Coverdale?
Did you see his white snake?
Oh, gross.
I just find it strange that it's one word. That's all. Go ahead, JP.
I agree. I was trying to look at
pictures of white snakes.
Pictures of white snakes.
You just Google image search.
When you Google white
snake.
That's one word. Is it all dicks?
No, I was hoping that someone would say the formation of the band or whatever.
Oh, I see. White snake, white snake.
Maybe they'll sing it in the breakdown.
Dick, 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 dick.
All right.
Okay, you ready for this?
Can't keep away.
Somebody mute him.
All right, go ahead.
All right, thank you.
Go ahead.
Sorry. All right, thank you.
I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry. Mark Wilson writes, it's all about bottling emotions up till you snap and loathe everyone, including yourself.
I never do that.
It's titled Justin, the Feelings Calendar.
Okay, I like it.
That's pretty good. William writes, how to drink your way to the bottom of a glass. The Brewing Network's quest for free beer dedicated to Moscow.
That's all right. Other than the last part, I like the rest of it. That's good.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
John Boris says Jamil Zainashev's new book, Brewing Classicer Styles, how one man drove the content of a podcast for 10 years.
Yeah.
That's pretty good, too. William Boone says, pull the pin. How a half-dozen complete asshats managed to make halfway decent beer radio, forwarded by Sam Kagagagajaganunner.
Yeah.
Logan Wiley says, originality, the best of the stupid Twitter game by people funnier than I, JP.
Oh.
I didn't really like that one too much, so I'm going to
You can eliminate
delete that. Thank you very much. Eric Johnson says, a how-to book on taking the most time possible to talk about a single topic. Call it Waste of Time.
That was harsh.
Apparently a fan of the show.
Yeah.
Wow.
Andrew Ignat says, the Hop Grenade, how not to make a dime off a worldwide logo.
That's a good point.
Pete DeDink says, Boner Chicken, a pop-up guide.
Yeah,
too.
that's pretty good.
Randon Martin.
What was one of those books that had the hole in it that you put it through and you flip the page?
God.
That's not even physically possible.
Yes, it is.
What? They're kids' books that you stick your finger through and it's like a little puppet.
That's right.
But it's the Boner Chicken book.
Yes.
Right. Yeah, with the hole in it.
I know exactly what beer he's talking
So
about.
you put your white snake through.
Right, white snake.
Okay,
But you got a little finger puppet
Well, yeah, because
with the pig.
Do whatever you want. Yeah.
Do whatever you want.
Just the doc as a parent. Do whatever you want. You want to put your dick through it? I don't care.
He's trying to tell you some of us cut that out.
Daddy, I'm trying to read.
I do whatever you want.
I don't care.
But Mommy said
it's weird. Mommy doesn't know.
Yeah, mommy's weird.
Don't tell Mom.
Yeah.
Mommy doesn't know about dudes.
Yeah.
Do whatever you want.
Hey, she thinks it's weird because she can't do it.
You need me to drill another hole in it, kid? Yeah.
Brandon Martin says, trying to find Justin a new profession that is less stressful than beer festivals, brewery tours, free beers, and cruises.
It's hard.
Yeah, it is hard.
Yeah.
Someone called Charlie Essers, I don't know who this person is, says, Beer Podcasting 101, 10 years of free vacations and dealing with early onset liver disease.
Yeah. Now, that's an accurate title, at least.
Right.
Yeah.
Harsh.
3D Elvis says, it's a coloring book, and every page is a hop grenade, but you cannot color it without being sued by Justin.
True that. Once you complete that last little section,
you're fucked.
You get a cease and desist. From John Semakowitz at BeerLawCenter.com.
Chris B says, it's called Where's Justin? Kids Classic where you hunt for the crying guy in Nutters.
I don't wear Nutters.
And then last but not least, Ed Ridzon says, I hate IPAs and Belgians, except those made by our sponsors and guests, a guide to ass-kissing and condescending attitudes.
Oh, wow. A couple
That's a listener. He knows.
Couple of hard hitters in there.
We got a lot of them. So, God bless.
I don't know. I didn't write anything down.
The last one sounded good.
Okay, the first one was funny.
Yeah, and the Pete the Dink one was really good. What was the first one again?
The first one was It's All About Bottling Emotions Until You Snap and Loathe Everyone, Including Yourself, titled Justin, the Feelings Calendar.
I vote for that one, and then I also really like the Pete the Dink one, though. So
What was his?
I put those two on the table. If anyone would like to add more.
Oh, the boner, yeah.
Yeah,
I like the boner chicken.
But let's go Pete the Dink.
Boner chicken book.
All right, there you go.
That's the winner, Pete the Dink.
All right, Pete, good job, buddy.
Well done. Thank you for participating in our Twitter game and our show. All right. Was that it?
That was it.
Let me look at my commercial log.
Oh.
I think I've completed everything. Oh, I didn't promote other shows on the Brewing Network. Don't forget that Dr. Homebrew. Are you guys recording next
We're
week?
recording Thursday.
This Thursday?
This Thursday, yeah.
All right. Dr. Homebrew will be live at 7 o'clock-ish.
8, isn't it?
Better
8
make it
o'clock-ish.
Better make it 8.
Okay.
Because we have some new beers that the guys haven't had a chance to judge. So
cool. So Dr. Homer's coming up. I do believe that the Sour Hour is also recording here soon.
I believe it's the 30th.
The 30th. That's another Wednesday. That'll be exciting. Ears Up is recording soon.
That's right. Well, Friday we'll be talking to the director of The Dark Side of Disney, a documentary on all the fucked up shit that happens at Walt Disney World.
Oh. And I've got to post some Brew Strong and some Brewing with Style shows, too, which will happen this week. So lots of new content coming your way. Bevo and I will work on the calendar on the website so that you don't think that we've dried up and died. There are new shows coming out all the time. In fact, the strange thing is what we're doing currently is putting out more content than ever. On a more timely basis than in a long time. Maybe not than ever, but then in a long time. But we're talking about us being such douchebags so much and me being gone so much that we're counteracting all that we're doing. But really, if you were to sit down and think about it, we have more content than ever happening. We have more shows on the Brewing Network coming out on a more regular basis. We have more guests coming into the studio. We're doing more than ever, but catching more shit for it because all I do is talk about how much it sucks.
So the self-deprecation is actually backfiring
I've gone
on us?
too far. I did have a person, I think I've said this before, somebody told me, like, you've made a career out of self-deprecation. It's finally catching up to me.
Mm-hmm.
I have to stop with I have to come in here and talk about how great we are, I think.
That's going to be weird.
It's going to be strange. Especially for you guys.
Just start nagging yourself. Do like the compliment sandwich.
I see. Yeah.
Instead of going full positive.
But you see what I'm saying? Like,
I do.
Content is... We're doing content galore right now.
We're not doing too bad.
And
I got a show that I still need to put together and try to do another show.
More shows around the corner. And another show in development, too. But whatever. None of that's any fun to talk about.
No, it's not.
It's just another show.
Yeah.
Just another show.
All right. Well, thanks, everybody, for being here for my show back. I won't be here next week, but neither will anybody else.
Okay.
And then, I don't know, we're going to talk about Eagle Rock, but I'm sure you can handle it. And,
yeah, man. I don't care.
We'll see what happens.
Do whatever you want. I don't care. Do whatever you want, kid.
In the meantime, please do go buy your Spring Brews Festival tickets. It's for a great cause. We're supporting the... It's for my cancer.
American Lung Association?
It's for my cancer.
What, some fucking deep sea fish that was just found off the coast of Argentina? Well, we have kids dying in our cities.
It's actually for the local music program right here in Concord.
Great. Love music.
It supports youth music programs and the downtown Concord summer concert series in the park.
You've been out for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You've been out of the city.
Yeah. Just go to bnbrewfest.com and buy tickets. You're gonna
sounds
have fun. 50-something breweries, and you're going to have a great time. JP, you can do the rest. Thanks, everybody. Good to see you, Doc. Beardy, you've been doing a great job. JP, thank you so much for holding down the fort. I mean it from the bottom of my heart. Bevo.
You have one of those?
Still haven't seen those boobs. Everything else you do is
You should
great.
hold your breath.
Yeah.
It might work this time.
He gone.
It might work this time. Thank you to our show sponsor, More Beer. You can get absolutely everything you need to make great beer at home by going to morebeer.com. Jared and Brenden stopped by to promote their new documentary on the SF brewing scene, Brewers By The Bay. Check out all the details over at brewersbythebay.com. Merge your love of Disneyland with your lack of engaging podcasts and go to earsuppodcast.com as JP, Terrence, Bevo, and Taryn talk about all things Disney. Go check out Moscow's Hop Cartoons over at hoplifestore.com. Get on Twitter for some good beer insight and homebrew info. Follow Nate Smith at Nathan Homebrew and Mike McDowell at Tasty McD. And Warren is also adding to the noise over at Another Beardy. The production director on the session has been Push Eject. Today's show is produced by someone, I'm not exactly sure to be honest, but it was probably Justin or maybe even Bev. We may never really know. JP was sort of here. Bevo was here too, eating a sandwich, and I was staring at her, and it was really weird. And your host was Justin Crossley. Be sure to find the Brew Network on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
JT does great as his cherry.